Gonna be a Baptist preacher so that I won't have to work. Well, I'm in the pulpit, jumping up and down, 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 down. Yeah, I'm in the pulpit, jumping up and down. Okay. Well, I've been hollering good news all the miles around. My sister jumped up now, ooh, she began to grin. Yeah, she did. Well, my sister jumped up, ooh, she began to grin. She said, good Lord have mercy, please forgive me for my sins. Forgive me now, please, please, please.
Good evening. How are you doing? You're loving that music, aren't you?
Just getting into that, John. John, I called you then. John.
How long have we been doing this?
I don't know, Tim.
It's the Alzheimer's kicking in with Allan now, I promise you, because he is, again, just
Tim
before...
Brown. Have you heard this story about Tim Brown?
No.
You won't have heard this. This is Rob, by the way.
Yeah, hi Rob.
Yeah,
Say
so-
hello to
Hello,
everyone.
There's Rob.
good
We'll
to have Rob
introduce
in.
him proper later, but Tim Brown here, everywhere he goes, because he can't talk properly, right?
Yeah.
Everywhere he goes, like, we go to snooker all up the road and that, and we go in, all right, can I have a snooker table or pool table? Yeah. What's the name? And he goes, Tom Brown. Tom Grant. Tom Grant, he says, right? And they always say, Tim Brown. And he thinks I've primed them, and I haven't.
You're just
It's
messing
him.
with me. You're
It's
just
just his
messing
accent.
with me all the time.
So we
Fuming.
literally went to book the Christmas special in the packet steamer, and we walked in and he said, can we just put a name down for it? Yeah. Tom Grant. And she went, Tom Brown? And I fell over laughing. Because, like, seriously.
Do you know what? That's fine. That's funny. Laugh at me. But hearing you tell a story is painful. It's like Grandad telling a story. We get all the names mixed up, and it's just you've got to that stage now, mate. Won't be long now before we're putting you out to pasture.
What can you say? These young upstarts think they know everything. Yeah.
Rob's a young upstart as well.
He is
How
young,
old
yeah.
are you, Rob?
I'm 35.
35.
Is he younger than you?
I wouldn't call myself a young upstart.
Is he younger than you?
He is younger than me.
Am I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
I know he looks about 15, doesn't he?
Very good.
Resentful now I am, Tom. You clearly have a very privileged life down
That's it.
south.
It is.
Yeah.
It's down
It's the extra
south.
sun they get.
Because he's a Tory. He's a Tory. That's what it
wouldn't
is.
surprise
You
me.
get,
Don't
you get,
start
you get them
that.
extra vitamins and
One of them
stuff, you know.
shy Tories.
They eat properly and stuff, don't
What's
they?
the jungle? Why am I laughing at Matt Hancock? I just don't know why. Yeah, I know why.
Yeah.
We had to not talk about the jungle because we don't have many listeners, but we lost half of them at 9 o'clock when the jungle was on. But now it's done. They're all come
back.
crawling back.
Crawling back like the cockroaches. Yeah.
Very good. Well, welcome to Wednesday night at
Yeah.
Finnegan's.
Yeah. Well, and did you like our new theme tune?
I love the new theme tune. So
We've got to
that
give a shout out to the band that let us play it, hadn't we? Or
called
The Answer.
From Ireland.
I assume so. You keep writing that. I've got no idea. You keep saying this Irish band. I hope they're Irish. Did you check?
Spoke to them,
Did you check?
No.
No, I only emailed the fella. You don't email in an Irish accent, do you?
I thought
Hey.
it was. I thought I picked
They
up
could,
an Irish
they
vibe
could be
somewhere.
Irish. They could be. Yeah, I don't know. They could be from Newcastle.
Are they definitely a Christian rock band? You know?
No,
No,
not
no,
Christian.
no. Right.
Not Christian. They've just. But the song is. I think the song's not written by them. I think it's a
Oh, right.
song. But the lines are. And this is perfect for Allan. I'm going to get me some religion. I'm going to join the Baptist church.
Yeah, I like the song. I like
Yeah.
the lyrics. My only worry is if you don't even know where they're from or what's going on, are we sure the song's about what we think it is?
Yeah.
Because how many songs are about something else and you're
Yeah,
like,
no,
oh,
it's all right. We've
when you
listened
find
to
out the
it
real meaning,
all
of the song,
the
you're like,
way
oh
through.
no, I'm spreading the...
Yeah.
All the way through. It's
So it's,
basically-
I'm going to become a preacher, so
So
I don't have to work.
Yeah,
I just thought that was
ideal. That's why I become a comic.
very
Your
good.
dad said you don't want to work with your hands. I was like, all right, sound, I'll find something else.
Use me mouth instead.
Very good. Well, Wednesday night at Finnegan's, the idea of the podcast, if you're joining us for the first time, is basically some of the best nights we have are with our mates at the pub, aren't they?
Most of the best nights we have.
Most of the
with our
best nights we have with your
in
mates
the
at your pub. You sit around for the
You
evening.
don't have many in the house, do you?
Nah.
Let's be honest. That's
Careful
why we
now.
go to the pub.
Careful now. I don't know if Joyce is watching
She
tonight.
will be at some
She
point.
will be.
Yeah.
She'll
She'll
join
be on
on
here
at some point.
fuming
At
any
some
any
point.
minute now.
At some point.
Any minute now she'll be fuming.
When it
Yeah.
sounds like you're having too much of a good time, I bet switch that on, find what's going on.
Yeah, make sure he's not enjoying himself. Can't have that.
So the best nights at the pub, where you spend your night with your mates, you chat about anything and everything, you solve the problems of the world.
Yeah, you're right.
And then next day you forgot it all, so you can't actually put any of that into
You have to
action.
go back again.
But you just have the same conversation each week. But we're
Well, according to you, I do,
You
because
do.
I've got
It's
to that
like-
age in life where I'm just like granddad,
telling
repeating
the same-
stories all the
You do,
time.
you do.
Yeah.
They use like the lads in the pub, like, we should start a podcast. Except it's actually out.
yeah, we've done it.
You follow through.
Surprise!
we only done this once. A one-off Christmas special, didn't
So we've managed to drag this out for a year.
we? Yeah.
Which is pretty
December
good.
we
Oh, wow,
started
yeah,
it,
yeah,
didn't we?
yeah.
So
Well, we had a few months off then, didn't we?
yeah,
Because of my eyes and that.
because of your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was there saying, "Oh, we're going to do the podcast next week," and I was going, "No, we can't do it next week." I'm going, "Why? Why?
What's
And
the
he hadn't told people that he was having surgery on his eyes and that. And I was just like, "Why, mate?
can't
Why
we
can't
do
we do it next week?" Like,
Does
he's
I
like,
look like a pirate?
I'm having major surgery. You're supposed to be one of my mates.
Oh,
So,
dear.
so the answer, the calling, the answer, what are they
answer?
called? The answer.
The answer,
The
yeah,
Irish
don't get
band,
the band
the
wrong.
famous Irish band, The Answer, Preaching Blues, let us use their song.
They
So
did.
we're happy with that.
He did. Yeah,
So
we
very
emailed
good.
them. We emailed them and they
What
said,
did they say? They didn't just say
no,
yes.
they didn't.
What
They
else
said,
did they say?
they said, yeah, it sounds fun. Crack on with it.
Yeah.
But if it gets big, your podcast, we'll be having we
have a
can have a chat then. Don't worry, this is never getting big, is it? Let's be honest. We're safe.
We've not spoken to him again since.
No.
Well, we won't speak soon, lads, will we?
Yeah.
So
That's the first time we played it, though.
it is, yeah. I like it. I think that might become a thing.
Yeah. And yeah, we can.
We'll invite them over for your live show.
Do you know what?
Play it live in your live show.
Rob, it's funny you should say that. We could give our live show a little plug, couldn't we?
We could give our
And
live
so
show a little
what's
plug.
the date of it? We wrote it down.
I
Have
don't
you
know
got
what
it in your diary yet?
No.
It's the 14th of December. So
Yeah.
Wednesday, the 14th of December, packet
It's
steamer.
not far away now, is it?
It's not. It's not. We've planned a lot already. for the
Yeah,
night.
we've planned.
So,
planned
wow.
we've got loads planned. It's
Too
gonna be
many
boss.
plans, if anything.
Yeah, we're going to have to cut a few things out.
We will,
It'll be
just
too
to
long
fit it
tonight,
all in.
won't it?
But
Yeah.
if you tickets are flying out at a
Flying
rate of knots, you better get those tickets soon. That's all I'm saying. Otherwise, we're just going to cancel it.
Yeah.
So
At a rate
I
of
wonder
knots.
wonder if we can still get a deposit back.
Just put it on the credit card bill with that
yeah.
thing.
Joyce,
That'll be
she's
all right.
fuming, by the way. She is
she
watching. She's
fuming?
just given angry emoji.
Ah,
That's
she-
it. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Joyce using emojis, yeah?
I know.
Yeah.
That's
No offence, Joyce, but
she's fuming now. That's for
I remember when I
sure.
first found out when my dad sent me his first emoji and I just lost all love for him. That used to be my hero, you're nothing to me now. Not even the right emojis. Just like,
Me ma does it. Me
Yeah.
ma. Me ma says happy birthday to people on her Facebook, but
Yeah.
doesn't tag them in it. And then wonders why they don't get back to her.
She just puts it on her wall. She just announces it to the world.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Liz. I hope you're having a lovely day. And the rest of us
Liz
just
has
like,
got no idea what's
and Liz
going
has
on.
never heard it. She's not even on Facebook.
my mum's got 4 Facebook accounts because she
Oh.
forgot a password that many times.
Ah.
Just sets up a new one
My
every
ma will
time.
be watching
Yeah.
tonight.
She will
Normally
be.
watches.
We normally have to decipher her messages, don't we? 'Cause
Yeah, when she said, text something in, though, just for a laugh, because it's funny.
she does. She defends you though to the
She
hill.
does.
Like
That's
if
'cause
I say something,
You're a bully.
if I say
Because you're
something,
from down south, you think you're all hard and that. Yeah.
It's
Does, doesn't he?
just banter, isn't it? That's the thing.
Is that what it is now?
It
Is
is.
it? Have you
Well,
learned
I
that?
think-
I wouldn't say he thinks he's hard, but there's an air of like superiority.
Oh,
But it
don't
does
you
give off,
start.
like,
Don't-
yeah.
That's
It is
just
underlying,
Is that
like-
not just the accent though?
I don't know. It just stinks of privilege.
It's voting blue all the time, innit?
Aye,
Dear me.
that's
you
the
know
way
what I
it
mean?
is. That is the way it is.
Where are you actually from again, Tom? I know-
Hampshire.
Hampshire.
It's nice.
Sounds nice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hampshire. Yeah.
No, but I was from the rough part.
Hampshire.
The rough part of Hampshire. I was the rough part.
The rough
what's the
part. The
rough
rough
part?
part of Hampshire.
What's the
is
rough part of
probably
Hampshire? I want to Google it.
Hey, the
Oh, go
rough
on.
part of Hampshire's probably like McGull.
Yeah. What is the rough part? Go on, what's the
So
rough
I
part
was
of
in a
Hampshire?
place called Borden.
Borden.
B-O-R-D-O-N.
A little village.
Little. It was a.
Bordon.
That's it.
Borden.
Right.
It was a.
Bet you the first thing I see is a lovely green hill.
Yeah.
It is. First thing they showed me is a lovely little Oxbow Lake.
Yeah.
Lovely
See?
little Oxbow Lake. Little
See?
trees and greenery and everything.
Yeah, there are trees. I mean, it's, you got
No, but yeah, well, you say Bootle's not got trees.
No.
Not that it's still
They're all
standing
snapped.
anyway.
They're all snapped in half.
That's it. Well, that's it. That's it. Here we go. Who's
Oh, it
in?
lies in the interior of the Royal Woolmer Forest.
Yeah, it's nice.
There
that,
you
isn't
go.
it?
Royal
Royal,
Forest.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you're the King of Bootle, apparently. That's what I hear anyway. So there you
Regal
go.
as well, yeah.
We're in the
So we got royalty in.
presence of royalty.
Yeah.
Self-proclaimed King of Bootle. No one's tried to take me title yet.
no,
No one's tried to conquer it yet.
no one's come for it. You'd let them have
Yeah.
it, but
Meet them at the top of the tired, last man stands.
You don't even know where the triad
I
is,
do
do
know
you?
where the triad
You've got
is.
no idea
I
where the
do.
triad
I know
is.
exactly where the
Where
triad
is it
is.
then?
It's in Bootle.
Whereabouts?
It's the council building, isn't it?
Which one?
It's the triangle one.
Go outside, you see a load of council buildings,
names,
never mind.
aren't you? You're guessing on the name.
Nah, triad. I know where it is.
You don't. You've got no
It's
idea.
near the Strand. it is as well.
Everything's near the Strand, isn't it?
All right, very good. Who's in? Who's in?
Where
Let's
white
see.
kids had the cafe for a bit.
Yeah, all right. Great theme. People saying, here we go.
Great team.
Mikey's in.
Oh, tune.
Joyce is unsubscribed to Finnegan's. Argentina are winning 1-0, as if you didn't know. Oh, here we go. Larkin Poe are the other ones. John
Larkin
Ray
Poe.
said, did you ask them?
Yeah,
we didn't
asked
ask
them. No, we didn't. They said no.
Oh, they did. They asked too many questions. They wanted to like know how long we were going to use it for every episode and how much we pay them.
How much they could have.
and how long the
everything,
episodes
it's
would be
just
publicly
Sent us a
available.
list of 250 questions about it.
We're like, calm down. You're not even famous, Larkin Poe. Tom, I've
Yeah.
already ordered. Oh, Barbara's coming. She's
What?
ordered
She's
6
coming?
dozen
Crumpets.
crumpets and 2 kilos
This is
of
Crumpet
Lurpak.
Barbara. You don't know Crumpet
Right.
Barbara.
Oh, there you go. She's ordered these things for the Christmas special. We'll send you the bill.
Oh,
Oh, Barbara.
that wasn't the deal, Barb.
I got excited then thinking she'd ordered like 6 dozen tickets. I was like, you've
Yeah,
sold out already.
that's it. We smashed
Barbara
it.
thought,
That would be a
Barbara's
sellout.
bought a lot.
She's not even coming. She's just sending the crumpets ahead.
Yeah, uncooked.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. All right, very good, very good. People just giving me abuse
So yeah, that
already.
should be good. The tickets,
It'll be great.
£5.
Get your
You can
tickets
get them. Is
off
the link
Eventbrite.
in again?
I haven't put the link in. I don't know how to
you
do that
fuck.
again.
What do you mean?
can't you just write it in the comments now?
Oh,
Yeah, he can.
I
like,
will
boy.
do.
I'll pin it at the top.
I'll do it. This is a man who knows what he's talking
He knows
about.
what he's talking. We
He
got
does.
all our advice off him.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did.
So yeah.
And also,
Came round my house to talk about how to edit the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We thought, right, I'll show them now. Mine will be out next week. So that's come out, has it?
no.
so we
No, it never come out.
Yeah. No, we
We did-
recorded this in the summer when it was warm.
Was it that long ago?
Do you want
Was
to tell them
it?
why, Tom? Do you want to tell them why it was pre-recorded?
We pre-recorded it basically
Go on, be honest
because
with
I
them.
was slightly nervous that you might swear a little bit
Or a lot.
or a lot.
What we talk about.
Yeah,
Or what I
but,
talk about.
but you were good as gold when we had you on.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm going to ruin it.
No, it's
It was
live.
a long game.
Yeah, that's it.
No, it's live and it can't be edited. You gotta go for
I've been
it.
waiting for this for months. Very good. Very good.
Oh, dear,
Well, that's
yeah.
it. He's back. And,
Yeah.
so it's going to be a good night.
Yeah.
And we're going to nugget of the week. We
Yeah.
always have nugget of the week. That's the best. The person who has the funniest comment of the week gets
Yeah.
nugget of the week. And if you nugget of the week, you're going to win a ticket to the Christmas special, aren't you?
Yeah, whether you want to come or not.
Whether you want to come or not.
Yeah.
But that's a bit of a ploy as well because we're just giving them one ticket. So we're hoping
Right.
they won't come on their
We'll-
own.
we'll
They'll pay
know
for a
people.
second ticket.
That's the beauty of live shows. Like
Yeah.
when you go on tour as a comic, you think you only need only like, say you got 100 seats, you only need 50 fans.
Yeah.
So everyone's got to bring someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of ticket sales. Like, you only need half them to actually like you.
So up to now, we've got 5 people that like us.
Yeah, that's even more.
Who's the odd one out with no mates?
5 people that like us.
That's just discouraged me even more.
We've only sold about 10 tickets, have we?
That's it.
Yeah.
I think it's 13.
Is it 13? Oh,
Are you on your way?
There we go.
nearly there.
It's still 2 weeks before the event. It's
Yeah, you know what
you're
they're like
flying.
round here. They'll turn up on the night. Can I have a ticket? No, we're sold out. Even if it's empty, we're sold out.
Yeah. I said, you're not coming in if you couldn't buy a ticket at a time. Oh, look at that. My wonderful wife's put the link in the...
Oh, well done, Emma.
look at her there.
Well done,
There
Emma.
was a reason I married you, Emski. Good job.
Yeah,
Is Emma from Liverpool?
She's from Netherton,
yeah.
so that's why we're here.
Fair enough.
She got sick of living in Royal, whatever.
So did she move down to you originally?
Yeah, she did. She did move down south for a bit in Hampshire.
Yeah. Then they realised they couldn't afford a house down there. So moved on to Sefton Estate, where they got a 3-bed semi for 60-odd grand on it. Something.
Don't you
true.
be giving my address out. There's people who
I could give your address out
Don't
now.
you dare
I do
give
know
my
your
address
address.
out.
On the Sefton estate,
it's
yeah?
No, I moved.
Oh, he's moved. now.
Has it?
Yeah, he's moved, and he doesn't want people to
Still
have his
in
address.
Netherlands?
Because
Not
what
saying.
happened was people used to
Working
set
my-
fire to his bin and his car and everything.
Yeah, to be fair, that might not be personal. That's just be Everton. That.
Yeah.
I remember when I went to Maldives once, and the first time, like, it was amazing. It's the best place I've ever been in my life. It is literally paradise.
Yeah.
But I remember stepping off the boat
Yeah.
onto like just a wooden sort of walkway, and every bit of boot will come up to just raid from me toes. Every bit of boot, like, you could set fire to this place now, it'll all go ablaze. Because every bit about me was like, just set fire to one bit and it'll all go up like it's a bus stop or a wheelie bin. I'm a 14-year-old scally still. Just every bit about me was like, you could just do that, you know. It's like instantly, like, where's this come from?
It's just hardwired.
What?
Is it hardwired?
It must be. This is a honeymoon. Like I say, saved up loads for this is going to be incredible.
Oh,
And then,
your wife would have been fuming if you were kicked off the island first day, just on the boat, and there's just a big fire behind you.
just me like that, trying to set fire with the wood. Just,
Very good. Very good.
So what are we drinking tonight, Sam?
I don't know.
I think this is Carlin.
You've stopped buying stuff for on the pump now, and we're just drinking out of tins.
I keep forgetting.
I mean,
I'll be honest. I
Rob was-
expected the perfect pint. Like,
Yeah.
I
just
was
the pint from
I
the
was
club.
literally going to get some IPA
I
stuff.
thought it was going to be a
But I
lovely
keep
little IPA.
forgetting.
I got excited. And then,
I keep
Yeah.
forgetting. We did give you IPA instead.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
but
The
they
last
were the
two
last
cans
2
of
cans of IPA that we had in the
it's quite
bar.
nice as well. Too.
Yeah, home bargain.
home bargains,
Was it?
finest
Yeah,
that.
69p.
Really?
Yeah,
I might have to go and have a little play.
we'll have a little
Yeah.
look. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm normally a snob over stuff like that. I don't know
No,
why.
69p home bargain. Yeah,
yeah. That's good, that.
we had that last week, didn't we?
We did.
We did. So yeah,
Very good. So you could be Nugget of the Week. Mandy was last week's Nugget of the Week.
She was, yeah.
No, it's a couple of weeks ago, actually. She
Yeah.
won Ian's album, didn't she? Ian
Yeah.
came down and chatted to us. You can see that episode. Really good. There she is. Why did she put her tongue out there? I don't know.
I don't know.
Celebrate.
Might not feel well.
Celebrating. Yeah. She
I'm
didn't
not
know we
going
were
to
going
say
to
anything. Don't worry. Leave me alone.
So yeah, throw your comments up. Funniest comment, you can get yourself a ticket to our Christmas special when
Who
you
won
want
last
it
week
or
then?
not.
Mel.
Mel won it, didn't she?
Mel
with
won
Eddie.
it.
She's
We haven't
gonna
given
bring
it
Eddie.
yet, have
We
we?
won't give it to her, but she hasn't bought the +1 yet, as she say.
So she's not getting it until she buys that
We'll
plus
see.
one.
We'll see how that pans out. It's quite an aggressive prize, that, isn't it? It's like, you can have it, but buy another ticket. Very good. So we'll be speaking to Rob tonight, getting to know Rob a little bit.
Yeah.
We've also going to do Finnegan's Fortunes.
Yeah.
We've got
We
Rob's
haven't
going
told you about that, have we?
No,
No, it's
don't
all right.
worry.
We'll
You'll
get
find
there. It's
out.
easy.
And Rob's
You'll smash
also going to tell a funny story. And he's a
Yeah.
stand-up comedian, so you'd expect it to be funny, wouldn't you?
You say that though. There's also 10,000 hours of me telling funny stories online.
Yeah.
When Alan
Yeah.
sent me that, I was like, "What have I got that's that's wholesome enough for this?" I wore the most wholesome jumper I own as well. I haven't worn this in about 2 years. I've all going on a religious podcast. I've got to behave. I'll wear something dead wholesome.
I'll look the part.
And I like that because we'll get into it, but
Right.
knowing Rob a little bit, you'd probably describe yourself as like agnostic almost.
Maybe,
Religious wise,
Yeah, like you're not sure, you're open, but you're not.
Yeah.
And
I don't know what it would be. What is agnostic again?
Agnostic is that you maybe think there's something out there, kind
Yeah.
of thing. You're
but you're not sure.
I
You're
don't
not
think
sure.
I don't think it's anything
It's not
that's been described to me
atheist
yet.
is completely.
Yeah, no, I'm not atheist.
No.
I believe there's something that runs through us all.
Yeah.
Whether not to sound like bit much. Like, whether it's like an energy or a spirit or something like that sort of thing. I don't know. I couldn't say anything. Nothing that I've read about or has been described to me yet. I thought I'm on board with that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, because I was thinking the other day when I was thinking about coming on this sort of thing, it was like the idea of God, and then there's one line that I just don't agree with. Like when people say man was made in God's image, that's from the Bible, isn't it? Sort of thing. But I don't believe that. I don't believe God's sitting there like us. Do you know what I mean? Like, why can't God just be an energy? So so the idea of do I believe in God? Well, it depends what a God is. Do you like if a God's like an energy, then probably yeah. Like this is going to sound daft. There's an episode of Futurama.
Go on.
Where they meet God and he is just an entity.
Yeah.
He's just like an energy, an entity, and he just talks like that, and they interact with him like that, and that's probably the closest I've come to going, well, that's what I could imagine. I don't think God's like 6'2", 23 stone, bald, sitting at home sweating, like while he's judging everyone, you know, or not, depending on what he is, what your feelings are, depending on what form of Christian you believe in. But so I do believe there's something. Yeah, I believe there's more than just what we know. Yeah, and it's more than what we'll ever know. Not like there's more for us to learn. Yeah, I think there's more than what we'll ever know.
I love that,
but I couldn't tell you what that is.
Yeah,
I believe me and you are connected in a way.
Yeah,
do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
but I couldn't tell you why or what.
We basically did.
Me and
3
you probably
years.
are because we probably vote Labour. So this
we're connected to not being grasses from birth,
from a royal forest somewhere.
In an 8th sense of looking after each
other. Used to run deer over for fun. He killed Bambi.
They were just if they got in the way. But it wasn't like the Queen's deers or nothing. Does she own them all? Well, she's dead.
Swans, isn't it?
It's what? Swans. Is that what she owns?
Yeah.
She doesn't own them
No
anymore.
one eats swans, do
they? No. Well, basically, we did 3 years theology degree to do this. Come to the end of it and just say just like, oh well, none of us can ever really know.
Yeah,
I did 9 years.
Yeah,
like theology degree. Like it took me 9 years, and I came out as a part-time comedian. So there you go. Yeah. That's how good my theology degree was. I came out a comedian.
But we're going to get into that.
What's the meaning of life? Have a laugh. Yeah. There you go.
We're going to get into that tonight, though, aren't we?
Yeah.
And we'll talk a bit about Rob's comedy and the comedy course, and we'll talk a bit about faith and all that. We'll get into all that tonight. Yeah. But if you've got any questions for Rob, just throw them in the comments as well.
We'll try and pick them up on
that. We'll pick them up. But I think when you're talking there about that, I don't think we're a million miles apart. I've got to say,
possibly not. But I think it depends. Like I was going to say we've had this conversation before, but we're meant to have it again, aren't we? So
we literally have had this conversation before.
But it's because like I say, you're Baptist, and that's the closest I've come.
Yeah, so you've tried the Baptist, haven't you?
Yeah. That was the closest I've come to go, and I think I'd stick to this one.
Go on, let's
talk about it.
Let's get stuck in. Let's go. So
tell us. Go from the start again.
Yeah, tell us a bit about because.
Full background is as probably as like most people from Liverpool or Ireland, brought up religious. Grandparents were very religious, like really
Catholic.
Roman Catholic, really strict.
Yeah.
Grandma and granddad were really strict Roman Catholics. Like granddad was in he was the church bursar. Grandma was the one who did all the rosaries if anyone was dying and stuff like that. She'd go around sort of. They were really, really, really strong Roman Catholics, and then they sort of they never lost the faith, but they stopped being as strict. Like not as strong in belief, but as strict after Hillsborough, because they lost my uncle at Hillsborough. So when that happened, I think that sort of that freed them a little bit. I think, and I don't want to use that term offensively to anyone who's might be strict religiously, but it freed them
to make you ask
freed them from the terms of like
stuff.
Yeah, I'm not even. To be honest, I don't even know if it made them ask questions. I think it made them realise they don't have to cling on to everything. You know the way you get some people to cling on to every little rule that could be available in the Bible. Like, if you want to interpret it that way, you'd have to live your life that way, sort of thing. Yeah. I think it made them like my grandma was very against divorce.
Yeah,
like couldn't possibly get divorced. It's like it's terrible. It says no in the Bible. You couldn't possibly do that. And then just things like that, she just sort of she eased up on, like so she did stop I don't want to make it sound horrible, but probably stop judging people who do a divorce and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just because you just think that some things are more important. So like,
And it's got. And also that is kind of like gutting, isn't it? Like Christians, you know, especially when Jesus had something to say, he's saying like, "Don't judge people." But, like, quite often, it seems like Christians can be super judgmental, which feels
human
like
error, though, isn't it? That's
I like that you're defending us Christians, Rob. That's good.
I always do, because I've always seen seen the positive side of it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like I've fortunately always benefited from. Like, I've never really met anyone who's religious who have thought you're horrible, sort of thing. Everyone I've ever met who's religious, I've always
Come on,
thought,
Sunday. I'm only messing.
Like most lots
It's
of
like,
people from church.
even
watch
when
this.
even people who would think push the religion on you,
Yeah.
I do sort of think, well, you believe you're
They're
saving
doing it
me.
for the right reason.
You believe you're saving me, and that's quite nice.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite nice to believe that, even though go away, like, leave me alone. like it's quite nice that they're doing it for them reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we go on that become less strict sort of thing, and then but they were still very strong. So I used to go to live with them for a couple of years after. So go to church every Sunday. I think that stayed till I was about in high school. Mm-hmm. So I used to go to church most Sundays.
So you were going down to the Catholic church?
Yeah,
Is that
so
what you
it started off in Margaret Mary's in Roby or Huyton, depending on who you're talking to. If you're talking to me, Grandma, it was Roby. It never be called Huyton.
It was Huyton.
Don't dare call it. Yeah. It was definitely Roby. So I started off there with them, and then English Martyrs down the road. I went there quite a bit when I was in English Martyrs school, and then just as I grew older, come a little bit away from it, sort of thing. But like, I think before I come away from it, I sort of tried to find. I'm trying to go where I was going. Yes, as I come away from it, still trying to sort of trying to find my own place in it.
Yeah.
And that was when the Baptist church, because I've got an uncle who's Baptist.
Yeah.
I don't think he's not a minister, but he does a lot of
Talking and stuff.
like that. So I remember I quite like their family. They all play board games. They're very nice. They weren't horrible to each other.
Because Christians play
know
board
what?
games. This is something I
we
found
do
when I
play
first
games
came.
with the kids.
I literally,
Board
when
games and
I
that.
started going to church when I was 16, right?
Yeah.
Up until that point, not really. Bit when I was a kid, boys brigade type stuff, but not a lot. And what I found was that's what they do. They play board games.
That's definitely a thing.
It is definitely a thing.
There's a game called Settlers of Catan, which I think the people making it realised that Christians are all over it because they changed it to Settlers of Canaan, which is like a place in the Bible. So they were like they knew that it was Christians with
Christians
solid
playing
marking. So you can it's almost like a badge on your car, one of those fishes, where you can be like, you play Settlers, do you? And be like, right. See you in
I've
church
never
on
heard
Sunday.
of that game.
Well, that's it. That's you're an outsider still on the inside, aren't you?
Wow. I've never heard of that
it.
game.
Maybe
never
it's a
played
southern
that.
thing. I
There's
don't know.
mainly Monopoly and like card games and stuff.
Yeah.
But like they had a lovely happy family. They had a trampoline. I wanted the trampoline. So they played board games. Like,
Was they just a middle class family? What was
I
this
just wanted to be middle class, Tom. That's what it was. They baked. They had a trampoline. They played board games with each other. I liked that idea. Like, they just they were nice. So I quite like that. So I thought, maybe I'll try that Baptist lark.
Yeah.
And my uncle was quite good to me as well. He took me spring harvest with them. You know, that big thing in Butlands.
Yeah.
Went there. That was when I first saw someone putting their hand up when they were singing.
Yeah.
And that was a bit mad.
Yeah, I don't know.
That sort of went the other way. That sort of took me the other way a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
This
Like
is
a
a
bit
bit
like,
weird.
oh God, I'm not that, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, a lot of men react that way, don't they?
Yeah.
To that.
Yeah.
Especially when you first see it and that. The
Yeah.
kind of hands in the air thing express. And
Yeah.
I mean, they'll go to match and do that.
Yeah.
And sing
Yeah.
loudly. But in a church, most men mumble. If at all, do anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's it. Yes, I saw that, and that was a bit like, oh God, I'm not that.
And Spring Harvest is very that.
Yeah.
Especially back then. I'm guessing this is the 80s.
No,
90s.
I was only born in
You're not that
87.
old.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're not that old, are
He's
you?
35.
Oh, shut up.
So if I'm born 87, that would have been
People waving
late
flags and
90s,
stuff.
late 90s sort of thing.
Yeah.
Ribbons.
Yeah.
But was it right? You ended up going to the posh school, didn't you? That's why.
Yeah, well,
that's why
yeah,
we're
so-
connected, isn't it? That's why you can
Yeah.
sense it.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
sense
The private school it was, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
it is,
It
yeah.
was like, so I was in Holy Family round the corner from here. Wasn't having the best of time. I was a bit too sort of getting into fights, but sort of not doing nothing, literally just wasting anything. And then a teacher pulled me in to tell my parents that I'm wasting my education. Basically, what had happened was I'd done dead well in something, and like got full marks.
You said to them, no, didn't you?
I said to
them.
them.
You are confident.
What it was
last time.
you used to get like a 1 for effort and an A for, you get an effort are like 1 to 5 and a grade A to E or whatever.
Yeah.
And I threw it on the desk in front of her and went to 1A, that miss. She walked out. I give it a wink, walked out. And then she gave me it back and it was a 1A. Mum always she went, I need to speak to your parents. Called them up and I was like thinking, I'm going to get praised here. It's going to be great, this. Like, and I went, so we're going to the office all made up. And then when I got into the office, she said to me, Mum and Dad, so this is what's happened. He's thrown it on the desk. He's told me to 1A. He's walked out all cocky. And I'd mark it. I wanted not to give it a 1A, but it's very clear a 1A. And she's like, the problem we've got now is this shows he knows what that work is. Yeah. He knows how to get it. He knows what he needs to produce it. And he just doesn't bother. He just doesn't bother. She was like, I've never known him to get more than a B at best. And like me, and like my dad turned to me. My dad told me, he's like, my dad's a proper, as you expect, working class male to like the full stereotype. My dad, and he said that's the closest he's ever come to wanting to like fully hit me. Like, not like a little knock for being naughty, but he said I wanted to choke you. Because what happened next was, well, what's this about, son? Why are you not trying? And I said, what's the point in trying to get an A when I can do nothing and get a C?
That was my approach to education.
That's
all
my
the way
approach
through
to
my
life.
What's
Still,
the point?
Yeah.
As
What's
long
the
as
point?
I pass,
Yeah.
does it matter?
I'm doing all right. I don't need to strive. Like, so he said he wanted to kill me then, and then like, so yeah. So I had all that. So then we had a big Centre Parks. We had a big family sort of thing for me. My grandma's 70th.
Centre Parks.
Yeah.
That is proper middle class, that.
Well, I ride the line, don't I,
You're pretending to
Tom?
be King of Bootle, and you're coming in here with Centre Parks.
Well, I ride the line because what it is my mum's side of the family, the ones from Roby, they're quite middle class. So the religious side are quite middle class, and then my dad's side are scum. Like, from C4.
Hope your dad's not watching.
Oh, he is. Used to go to Formby and rob clothes off washing lines. We had to go to like a school dance or something. Yeah. So we had something nice to wear.
No.
Just full like, just like rough. Like,
It's a good idea.
It's like Robin Hood, isn't it?
yeah. So like, I towed the line.
Yeah.
I think my mum always wanted a bit of rough. She ended up with me dad.
Yeah.
So rather than dragging him up, we got dragged down somewhere in the middle. Like, so we went from C4 to Liverland. That moved up a little bit.
Yeah.
That was about it.
Yeah.
So I've always towed the line. So the posh side, the middle class side. So there was it. Grandma's 70th. She all went to Centre Parks, big family holiday. I mean, my uncle's talking to him, Dad, how's Robert getting on? And he's only had four girls he's had. So you can tell he's got it in. He secretly wants a boy.
Yeah.
He'll probably never admit it.
Fuming.
But the interest he took in me was probably unhealthy, sort of thing. Because he just always wanted a boy. He's since passed me on. Now he's got son-in-laws. Right. But like when I was a teenager, he was like, I need someone to talk to who's male. Just 5 women in my house and me. I need someone I can talk to. And then so he was asking me, Mum and Dad, how I was getting on, and they were like, well, this is what's happened. And they said, have you tried like just pushing him a little bit, try the private school? And they were like, well, are we paying for the private school? And then he's always done quite well in life. And he was like, well, let's go and look at it and we'll address it in other words. I'll sort it out.
Wow.
So then that's when I ended up in the posh school.
Yeah.
So like, I like to tell people I'm like Goodwill Hunting. I'm just like a poor boy from South. He was given a chance. I'm just like a genius. Yeah. But that's what happened. So I ended up in the posh school. So then I think from then, I don't know whether he was, like I say, because he was so desperate for a boy, basically, he showed a lot more interest in me as a teenager. He's a lovely man. We call up, talk football and stuff like that. And then he took me to Spring Harvest, and he sent me to Christians in Sport a couple of times.
Yeah,
that was quite good. Always loved that.
Well, what was that? What was
absolutely
Christians
loved
in Sport all about then?
I can't. You basically got sent to a massive boarding school for 3 or 4 weeks, and it was just you chose what sport you played. And you played that like 4 or 5 days a week. I don't even think it was for 3 or 4 weeks. I'm exaggerating there. Probably 2 weeks. And you played that for 3 or 5 days, and you do 2 days of like other sports. And in the morning, you'd have some sort of you'd have like a prayer meeting, And in the afternoons, you'd have one, and then the night time, everyone would come together, probably do some sort of mass or meeting sort of thing, and then you go and watch a film or something like that.
Yeah.
I just remember absolutely loving that. But then what kid wouldn't at like 11, 12, you're just playing footy every day.
All day, yeah.
Like everyone's your age, just like everyone's crap because they're all from by where Tom's by. None of them got that working class grit in them that they might need to survive one day. So
Rob's giving it the average.
You're one of the best there, sort of thing.
Do you know what? On that, my son plays footy and he's dead skillful. He is,
Yeah.
but he's like still getting his head round like that. You know, some of the other kids you see when they go for a tackle, it means everything in their life. They're like hanging by a thread. Whereas he's like, when he's a little bit too nice about it, and say the other parents look at me and say, "You've ruined him because he's a minister's son." He said he just hasn't got that grit.
It's the middle classness. Like I don't even mean that offensively.
No,
it's that a case of
Yeah.
for some of us, this is our way out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep trying to explain this to people. That's why we've been rubbish at tennis in England.
Yeah.
Because the middle classes and above play. Working classes don't really play tennis.
Yeah.
If they did, we'd be boss at it.
Yeah.
Because we'd see it's a way out.
That's it. And it's because people, it's that's why Andy Murray's the best one.
Yeah.
He was a middle class, but in Scotland, so that's not really middle class. Is it?
It's like
That's the equivalent of
higher weight.
Exactly. But that's like say some people. This is I'm going to be a footballer. Then I don't have to live in Bootle anymore.
Yeah.
Right, and then because in sports, I was quite good at footy, so I was one of the best there. So quite like that. And then I think at that point is when I was a bit like, well, faith must mean something. If this man's being so lovely, even though he's my uncle, he's meant to love me, sort of thing. But like he's
going above and beyond, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's being so lovely. Yeah, being so lovely to me, sort of thing. Then,
I just about got presents off, man.
I feel like I got shortchanged in the uncle department.
Well, the other one was always lovely to me as well, the scum one, but he just used to give me the airplane where he dragged me by the ears and dragged me around the house.
Chinese burn on the head. Not allowed to say that anymore, are you? But you know what I meant.
You're right, Grandad.
Yeah, here we go again.
But yes, so
do you know what? Can I just pick up on that, Rob? Sorry, remember where you were, but just the thing I found about the church and the charge about. Like one of the negative things about the church is that it is middle class. Yeah. So like in this country, I've looked at the stats a bit, and you're way more likely to go to church if you're middle class.
Yeah.
And like if you live on an estate, or you're just not likely to be in church on a Sunday, or there's not even a church there because it's closed down already.
Yeah. Well, if you work hard all week, you haven't got the energy to go to church or something. Spent the whole week just like fobbing it off.
Yeah, it's quite possible. But I think the point I was thinking is that maybe it's...
Maybe because they only serve red wine as well. Get a bit of rosé.
Yeah, that's it.
Bit of rosé and something. Get a bit more working class.
Cheers does Ribena. It's terrible,
Yeah. Our kids,
and I think the bottle's off.
Our kids, where we went to visited a different church, and they just, because we like Ribena, so they took it and they thought it would be Ribena. It was red wine. They were like, the youngest was just necking them.
I'll have some more.
It's a good year that time. Yeah, I understand it being a middle class thing.
Rather than Christianity, should be like that. The point I may be making is maybe we've made it wrong.
Classless, really.
Yeah,
it? Yeah,
exactly. It should be. So there's something we've done wrong about it that's made it. I feel like you're about to defend us again.
I'm about to do the opposite.
Well, don't do that either.
Well, I wasn't going to attack Christians, but as society as a whole, you can sort of see, just looking back in terminology, where it might be going wrong, like Sunday best.
Oh yeah.
Having to wear your Sunday best for church. Well, if you haven't got Sunday best anymore, so what? You're not going to stop going, aren't you? Sort of thing. So maybe when you think why has it gone that way? Well, you have to look at stuff like that and go, well, everyone dresses up for church. You can't dress up. You're not going to go.
Yeah,
like people.
I get it. That's a genuine.
Especially when the two majority. I don't know if majority was the right word, but the two majority religions were Roman Catholic and Church of England. So and they're very strict. I felt judgy sort of thing. So you're probably sick of being judged, aren't you? If you're poor, spend your life thinking of being judged every day. I don't want to be judged again on a Sunday.
Yeah. I mean, it was interesting. We have to do things like child protection courses and all that. And like some of the courses, they're even aimed at middle class churches. They're not aimed at churches like ours. Because I was done one once.
Which is where you probably need it.
Yeah, well, I done a course once, and I remember sitting there thinking, we'd have to report loads of people that are just living normally.
Yeah.
But according to this course, they're abusing the kids,
Red
and they're
flags
not.
sort of thing.
Yeah, red
Yeah,
flags
yeah.
everywhere, and like they're not. They're not.
Yeah.
They're really not. The kids are fine.
They're just trying to get
But
by.
this course would be like, oh, they came to church and they were dirty, so you know that they're not getting washed properly and all that. No, honestly, some kids just like roll in mud,
I
don't
was
they?
going to say, the lads probably play footy all morning, and the only way to get them to go to church is to take them last minute, rather than getting them
we get them
changed,
coming
getting
in
them
the footy
showered
kits, don't we?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So, yeah, and anyway, sorry, I've interrupted, but...
No, but that's the same sort of route I was going down. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of, like...
just
I would
didn't
say
translate.
prejudice in some churches.
It doesn't
where it's like-
translate to the working classes in some ways.
Well, that's probably one of the long things when I was searching for religion, going back to
Yeah.
Christians and sport and our mark. It's probably what attracted me to the Baptist thing, 'cause that's the first time I felt like I could be myself in a church.
Wow.
So what happened was, like, because obviously, like I say, our mark was a Baptist. So I went down. I went to a couple of their masses. They were singing songs. They were having my grandma. I go down with her a lot, and she hated going to the Baptist church because, and you could see she'd never admit this, but you could see in her eyes they were having too much fun.
Yeah.
They were having too. How dare they enjoy church?
Dare you enjoy this? Stop smiling.
Yeah. She didn't like that. Didn't like how much fun they were having. Whereas I'd gone a couple of times and gone, yeah, this is good. This is exactly what church should be. Like, should be a celebration. So so after all of that, and our mark being a Baptist and in Christians and sport, I was looking for more. Where do I fit in all this? And then I met a lad who was Scouse, who went to a Baptist church, and then I think I told you that one was on a
Hoddle Park
Baptist church. I went a couple of times with him, and I was enjoying it. What to say, I was enjoying it. I like the community. I like going, sort of thing, and really felt welcome there. Like I say, went to a nice house in Liverland Park after church, and they'd feed us malt loaf and biscuits and tea and stuff. But after a while, I was just like, I haven't got what these have got. I just didn't. I haven't got the feelings you've got. Yeah. And I felt guilty for it. Like I think I said to you last time, I was there like, just wasting your time. I can't give you what you want. It just made me feel dead guilty. Something was.
What did you think that they were wanting from you? Like, what was the thing?
No,
You couldn't work it out.
I think they want. But I think I felt guilty because I think I knew at that point. So at that point, I must have been about 13, 14.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, I just don't have what they've got.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the way because I've spoke to you, Alan, about how you sort of religion, you went to church, you were like, I want what they've got. Yeah. It wasn't like I was striving for that. Yeah. I think I was looking for a place more than anything, or just a sense of feeling of being like a togetherness sort of community. And I was just like, I just haven't got it. Whatever you've got that is bounding you together, I don't have. And it was lovely being there, and it was nice, but I felt the whole time I was taking sort of thing. I was cheating them out of it. Yeah. Because I just felt like I was cheating them a little bit, because I was thinking, I'm here, I'm drinking your tea, I'm eating your malt loaf, but like, I don't think I'm ever going to be as part of this as you are.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that. I do fully understand it. And I actually think it's possibly where we've sort of gone wrong as churches in the past. Because I think a lot of people would have them exact same feelings and thoughts, but they just play along with it to fit in. Yeah. Do you understand what I mean? So you could have easily just played along, fitted in for a bit longer. Do you get what I mean?
More malt loaf,
Yeah, more malt loaf, but bit of Victoria sponge. but I actually think our church anyway is in a more I don't know, honest place. I don't know if that's the word. It's not really the word I'm looking for, because it's not like anyone's cheating anyone or being dishonest. I just think people are more. I don't know. I can't think of the words. But
there was something attractive about the community that you liked. But
Yeah.
you felt like
definitely.
in order to sort
Like,
of,
they're all lovely people.
you felt like an imposter, probably, in it.
Yeah, a little bit. I just felt like I say, I felt like I was taken.
Yeah.
Which I feel like at least because I think part of me thought, well, if I'm religious, at least I'm giving it back. Because if I've got faith and I'm joining their faith, because it's like when you go to footy, like, it might be a mad analogy for anyone who's got a footy. You go to footy and I see someone on the phone I don't think if I see someone recording people singing, I don't think they should be allowed the match.
Show us your iPads.
Yeah, there's like, I don't want to be audible to anyone who likes Red Men TV. I can't stand Red Men TV because they film themselves at the match.
Right.
So when Liverpool score, they film themselves cheering, celebrating. When Liverpool are singing "You Never Walk Alone," they film themselves doing that. I think you're taken away. We're all here for the same thing, to build an atmosphere, to support this team.
Yeah.
And by you filming it and not joining in, you're taken away. And that's a little bit what I felt like. I felt like I'm cheating you. I'm taken away here because
Not giving
you're
anything.
all joining in. You're all feeling something. And I'm not backing that up. I'm not a part of it. I'm just here going, I really like you people. I really like the sense of community.
And I
But
love
I can't.
Maltloaf.
I did love Maltloaf.
Maltloaf.
Absolutely adore
Proper
Maltloaf.
butter on.
Yeah, thick layered. I love it. But I just felt like I'm just here for the malt loaf.
Yeah.
For the malt loaf and the fact that people are being nice to me. That's what I'm here for.
Very good.
It's the honesty's good. I think,
I like it, yeah.
and my
Let's get
hope.
malt loaf in on a Sunday.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. So there'd be hundreds in the manual if we had the malt loaf on the go. You know what? Though? I don't think we can afford the butter anymore.
That's the problem with it.
Off the scale,
Being priced
hasn't it?
out.
Yeah.
Can't, was it Barbara who brings the crumpets? Can't she bring a
Crumpet
couple of malt
Barbara.
loaves?
She doesn't come to our church. She goes
Doesn't
to
she?
another one in
No.
South
Right.
Liverpool somewhere, I think.
Right,
Yeah.
fair enough.
But yeah,
That's to be fair.
she makes the best crumpet.
She makes them.
Well, no, she puts them in a toaster and torches them. That's making them, innit?
Yeah.
We might have to give her a ticket one night and let her win if we're going to
She
get her.
said she was
onto-
going to win tonight.
Oh, there you go. She might get it for that
Needs
crumpet
to make
thing.
a comment though, doesn't she?
She-
Can't
She
just
is.
win, Barbara.
Yeah.
Come on, say something funny, love.
Yeah, and so I think for me it feels like it's a shame that you like, because I would hope in our church that people would, even if they didn't believe in God, but they were finding something in community that they could engage with, which we might think there was something.
Yeah.
That connection, we might even think to that being something to do with God, being something, so it'd be. I'd hope that people would
that's
feel
the-
they could stay regardless,
Yeah.
and that actually that we weren't like, it wasn't like transactional in the sense that is some malt loaf now say your prayers sort of thing. But our hope being that
No, but I
people
totally
could
get where you're
feel
coming
part
from.
of it.
Because but then people never made me feel it was transactional. But then you got to understand, I've come from strict Roman Catholicism, and it's like that felt transactional.
Yeah, the Catholic guilt
You do
stuff.
good, and God will let you into heaven, sort of
yeah,
thing. You do as I say, and then like,
And you've got to remember you're 14,
yeah, also yeah.
so
I've
there's
got that
lots
as
of
well.
other stuff going on, isn't there?
Yeah,
At the
yeah.
time when you're
Yeah,
14.
I'm probably thinking, I can't be chasing girls and being in the
yeah.
like probably stuff like that.
Be frowned
going on
upon,
as well,
especially back then.
yeah.
Very good, very
Yeah.
good.
But yeah, like they never made it transactional. I think
No.
I was obviously carrying a lot, sort of thing. But like I say, because religion's so steeped in history in the country, sort of thing, I'm probably carrying a lot of that with me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, and sometimes if we get any positive feedback about the church, it's from people, because we're
If we get
if
any
we
positive
get any-
feedback
the
about
occasional,
our
the
church,
occasional positive,
massive if.
a few complaints here or there. But if we do, then because we're not trying to just, we hope don't want just other Christians to come along.
No.
Yeah.
We're hoping that people from our community would come along
Yeah.
who maybe wouldn't
Normally
come to church, and then
We actively discourage nice Christians
Yeah.
from coming along. We're not
This
messing.
might not be for you.
That's what he says to them all the time. Sorry, Tom. Welcome to church. This might not be for you.
they can sneak out during the songs. Though we say that, just sneak out during the songs. But yeah, the positive feedback we might have is that for people who don't normally find themselves
Yeah.
in church, they feel like they can come along and be part
Well,
of it.
your
And-
church has got a community shop and getting a community cafe and stuff,
Yeah.
isn't it? So
Yeah.
I think there's other places where people can find themselves rather than
yeah,
back when I was doing this. It was church and then back to someone's house.
Yeah.
And then you do feel a little bit like you're just along for the ride a little bit.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
because like you're ingratiating yourself into community, then
yeah.
it's different. In it, whereas like I think, not me personally, so don't ask me. I might want to work in the shop to do nice by the community.
Yeah.
But not be
we get
religious
loads
sort
of
of thing,
volunteers,
stuff
you
like
know,
that, so-
who are just don't come
Yeah.
to church, don't we?
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
got quite a lot of volunteers
Yeah.
that don't come to church,
Yeah.
working in our church with
Yeah.
boss. Yeah.
And sometimes I also think, have we done a, and we obviously the answer is no, but have we done a good job as Christians and conveying what it means to our faith, or have we
Yeah.
sometimes twisted it a bit? Because some of what you're describing at the beginning,
Yeah.
where you go like, oh yeah, I'm agnostic, I'm not sure, but if there is something, there's this connection, and you go into that. And for me, I'm like thinking, wow, that sounds
Wasn't even
really
that. It was more
spiritual.
like-
That sounds really like kind of
Yeah, but
where
then-
I'm at. Do you know what I mean?
There's loads of stuff like that, like the end of Les Mis, to love another human is to see a face of God. Isn't it, sort of thing?
yeah.
That's just what that is, isn't it? That's
Well,
Yeah.
that
powerful,
buys
that.
into the we're made in God's image.
So yeah,
if you
that's,
get what I mean. That's what they're sort of
do you
almost
think that's what
quoting.
they're saying? Is
Yeah,
it?
they're
Yeah.
almost quoting it. Yeah.
See, that,
And with you talking about God
I was
being
just thinking that warmth you feel
Yeah,
to
yeah.
love somebody else.
yeah,
That's God.
Yeah.
Not to see
well,
the face of
again,
Yeah.
the big thing in the Bible with God would be described as love. That would God would be described as that.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't sort of make love, but he is love. If you
Yeah.
get what I mean. So again, them love connections are all rooted in this. You could say like this presence, this whatever it is, the universe. Some people say all this kind of stuff. I mean, you're saying God's spirit at the beginning, as in an entity kind of spirit. I actually think the same.
Yeah.
I don't think God is a, whatever I am, 5'9", 5'8.5". I think I've shrunk.
he's shrinking.
Yeah. So God is spirit, and we often use. I mean, and I'm not big on changing terminology for God and all that. It doesn't matter to me. But we often use just male terminology for God, don't we? But God is spirit. I mean, it was Jesus that was the kind of human person that came to earth and that a part of the Godhead. This is getting deep. How did we end up here, Tom?
Wait, Rob took us in.
Well, when you said
Deepest one is the one with the agnostic.
yeah. When you said at the beginning, I see God as a bit of a spirit on end, I was like, yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
I do as well, yeah. So anyway, sorry.
And also, what was the lay?
Les Mis line, it's to love another human is to see the face of God.
And that's like for me, that there's a bit in the Bible, in it, where Jesus says, if you, well, you don't,
you got a quote?
you don't read your Bible, but
Not nowadays.
not nowadays. You can get an audio book, can't you?
Yeah. Listen to it.
But
I think the Bible's one of the big sticking points though as well.
go on, let's go there.
Well,
What
that's
do you mean?
Say something first.
No, we'll come
Go
back
on.
to it.
For me, when you're saying you're quoting your Bible and stuff like that, it's when the Bible being written by man sort of thing.
Yeah. So if
That's,
you,
it's hard to get over that sort of thing. Like how many languages has it been? What was the original language it was written in? How many times has it been translated?
Yeah.
How much has been lost in translation? How much has one person pushed into the Bible that probably wasn't there originally? Sort of thing.
And
Like-
and there's
They're
a
all
whole
interesting things.
there's a whole way to like navigate all that stuff.
All them, man.
but it is a genuine.
Yeah, but when you say navigating it, but how? So as someone say someone normally just take even the agnostic side of it.
Yeah.
As someone asking them questions, I think if I was 11, 12 asking them questions, which is probably what I was doing, if someone was to say to me, yeah, that's all.
You were a clever 12-year-old.
No, but it's just like I had religion forced down me a little bit sometimes. But like, if I was one of them kids and someone had gone to me, well, yeah, that's probably happened, then you'd go, oh, fair enough. But in Roman Catholicism, you can't question it.
Right.
It's like, no, that is the word of God, and that's the end of.
Yeah,
And I think
I mean,
if
back
we were
in the
more
day, a lot of
open
would have
to the
maybe
idea
been
that
like
human error has been encountered through the thousands of years of religion, human error has come into it at some point.
Yeah.
Then we could go, oh yeah, well then if people were more honest about that, I'm sure that has happened. But we as individuals need to decide what we like, what we look past, what we decide, what we take from it and stuff like that. But I felt like every time I asked them questions growing up was, no, it's the Bible, that's it.
Wow.
Gospel.
Yeah. I
Interesting.
mean, that would have been, in that day and age, in that
Yeah.
time in church, that would have been the answer you'd have got.
But the thing is,
you would get them people saying, it's the word of God, don't.
Yeah, don't dare, yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Go away.
Well, like,
before I hit you.
how can this Joseph fella, he probably can't spell. It might not be that word, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's too embarrassed to ask what that translation was, so he's put this instead.
yeah. And I mean, that's.
I mean, every translation is exactly a translation, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why when with the likes of the Quran and that, they say they don't translate it.
Right.
Because then it wouldn't be the Quran anymore.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying about that kind of stuff. But we had that with Catholicism when they were like reading it in Latin every week, and everyone in the country who couldn't speak Latin, which was like everyone, except priests basically, and
Even
the
the priests
educated.
couldn't speak it really.
No, they
they were
learned
often
it.
just making it up.
Yeah.
They didn't know
Yeah.
what it said. They just were making the words up.
Just trying to pronounce it.
Yeah.
And it was only when like they started printing the Bible in different in English and things like that, which people got burnt at the stake for, proper killed, that changed the whole people being able to understand it in their own language. But obviously you're making a judgment call on some words because that word can mean 4 different things sometimes, and blah blah blah. But they didn't. It wasn't just normally one person. That's what I would say. There was like a group of people, wasn't there?
Yeah.
When they first put the Bible together, I think there was 70 odd bishops or something like that who sat together. And there were obviously books that didn't make it.
But then, what I would then argue is how many of them bishops were black.
Yeah, they
How
may
many
well have
bishops
been
were
at.
different
Like,
Most of them probably were at the time.
I'd like just question like how many people from different backgrounds, any from the
Most of them
got 70
none of them will have
bishops-
been English.
Yeah, you got
None of
70
them.
bishops all sort of raised the same.
They were all from the Middle
brought
East and
up the
places like that,
same,
weren't they? And, them sort of areas.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And I think at times people have, and there is an
The
element.
Scouse Bible would be very different from Tom's Bible.
do you-
There is actually a Scouse Bible.
I
there?
believe it, but
There
like,
is. Someone's translated
but if
it
me and
into a
you did the
Scouse Bible.
Bible,
Yeah.
tried to
It
translate
would
the
be
Bible,
yeah.
I imagine it'd be very different.
Absolutely.
From Tom by the end of it.
Yeah.
Like the first 3, 4, 5 pages, but then them little differences add up along the way. At the end of the Bible, Tom will have a very different Bible what me and you will have.
Yeah,
I
in
would say
terms
so.
of the way I've interpreted what was said.
Interpreted
Yeah.
and translated, and
Yeah.
the way you've gone, well, actually, that probably needs to be worded like this for today's like language. Where
People do that
we've been a
already
bit more
now.
informal. You'd probably a bit more formal.
Yeah.
So there's a message version of the Bible which is a bit more modern language, isn't it?
But-
Rather than the King James, which is probably what you're thinking about mostly.
I
Probably.
do think there's, we think God as spirit, like same page there, and like in a sense, we're made in His image, and when we're talking about the love stuff and all that, rather than the, this. But then the Bible being in a sense us, for me it's like, well, how do we know what God's like? And for me, there's something about the Bible, that we I guess as Christians would believe that God's revealed Himself somewhat in that. That still then takes translating, interpreting. But for me, I feel like I'm always worried about the Christians who are just like, bang, like 100%, like bang, this is it, and being quite forceful. Because I think even the Bible's message of grace and stuff, like, I've heard, you want to, we're trying to get to know God who is essentially potentially unknowable to our brains and all that and our capacity, but we're trying to do our best. And I think that should be seasoned with grace and, and also I always feel wary if I'm like in any setting where they're asking me to park my brain, and I don't think Christianity demands that of you. Whereas, but sometimes at times Christians just said, "This is it." Boom, like that, and you're like, oh, hang on, I've got some questions here. It's like, no, boom, it's this or it's this or nothing. I don't think Christianity
nowadays is
demands
much
that
better.
of you.
People against. That's what I think. Definitely in my way, so I think it's push people against it.
I think it's much better nowadays than it used to be. I think back in the day, before you were born, kind of thing, I reckon it was definitely much more. No, this is it. Don't ask questions. You've just got to believe that. It's called faith.
Yeah.
So you've just got to believe it, and that's that.
Yeah.
And park your brain to a degree.
Yeah.
I'm overgeneralizing it, but I reckon much more through the likes of the Alpha course and things like that has actually embraced the questions and embraced discussion about stuff.
And it's not, so it's not in the sense faith.
I think I understand what you're talking about. I think I've seen the Alpha course. I don't know what it is, but I've seen
It's like an introduction to Christianity, but people can go and ask any questions they want.
That should be what I think.
Yeah.
Religion.
Yeah.
And the Christian faith then, it isn't like a blind faith. It isn't like it is, in a sense, there's some really clever people who have come to that conclusion that it's true. But I also think there's not like Jesus said he's the truth, and in the sense that he was God's son and he's true. Yeah. And so then I just think people's questions and all that, if they're genuinely searching, if he's true, then ultimately they'd find that truth. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing to fear about any questions or thoughts or anything like. Because if it's true and he's true, people will get there.
Yeah, I completely agree. And then, I think you have that with because then you look at the history and sort of thing, and as you get older, you see the way the church rallied against the idea of evolution and Darwinism, and you think, why wouldn't you embrace that? Because The Big Bang is everything. For me, I've always thought, well, the Big Bang's everything you've ever asked for.
In what way? What do you mean?
Well, because like the church is very much against the idea of the Big Bang, and no, God created man, and there was Adam and Eve and stuff like that. And it's like, well, surely the Big Bang is. If I was the church, I'd be embracing that as proof God existed.
I know what you mean by
the
that.
God particle sort of things. Like,
I know
like,
exactly what you mean.
Well, there's
How did the Big Bang even happen?
A billion and one chance that could happen. It's like, well,
I think a lot. I think some theologies do embrace that, don't they? You know. Back in the day,
it was very much you can't talk about it.
And seven-day
dinosaurs
creation.
don't exist and all
that
like
type
that.
of stuff.
I just think, there's nothing to fear there. And science originally started as it was like it was ministers, like me and Alan, who were like, well, let's work out how God did it.
Yeah.
You know, like how's he created it all. So
it's like you say, to search for truth sort of thing. It's like if you're saying looking for God, we'll find, like, obviously you said looking for Jesus, but if you say looking for God, we'll find your truth.
Yeah.
Well, looking for what God's done.
Yeah.
Should find your truth sort of thing.
Should point you in the right direction.
Should be evidence there by looking for what he's done of what will find more satisfaction in your life or find you closer to him. That's what I've always believed. But like I say, but I just felt like as I was growing up, that was never accepted, never encouraged or accepted sort of thing. Which again makes you go, well, I can't get on board with this then. Because you sort of like, without being offensive, you think, well, I'm not an idiot, so I can't switch off. So what am I meant to do?
Yeah. You'd had your fill of malt life, and that was
possibly.
You're like, are you going to do anything different?
It's probably a bit like you can't stop this.
Very good, very good. Oh well, mate, this has been honestly one of the best conversations we've had in terms of faith stuff as well. Like really interesting. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
we've some people lots of positive feedback, lots of questions. Someone was asking about the comedy, mate.
Right.
It'd be good to touch on that.
How did you get into it?
How did you get into the comedy?
So when I was 13, I think I was watching telly in my room, meant to be in bed. Jack D Live the Apollo come on, and it was Jack D himself and Live the Apollo was DVD, not a TV show, and I found it hilarious. And then just the idea of one man in the room being able to do that, I loved. I just like, just from that moment, I knew what I was going to be.
Yeah.
I knew that's what I wanted to do. I think a lot of it, like I said before, sort of I idolised my dad when I was growing up, sort of thing. And every time I saw my dad in a social setting, that's what he was.
Just making everyone laugh.
Loudest man in the room, making everyone laugh. Everyone loved him, sort of thing. And that was a way of being me dad. I think when I first saw that, looking back now, and like retrospectively, I think that's a way of me being my dad without being me dad, sort of thing. Like that's a way of me being me dad, but like in everyday life. So I literally the next day I knew what I wanted to do. I went to school 13, like I'm going to be a comedian, and then like, all right, sound, whatever. No one's interested. Like we play footy or what. Yeah. And then
get your coat off and use it as a goalpost.
You knew it at that age. You could articulate I wanted to be a comedian.
For the minute I watched that, I knew that's what I wanted to do. That. And then from the minute I watched that, I read every like comedian's book I could get my hands on.
Wow.
I looked at all the specials, watched all the DVDs. By reading the books, I was able to work out, there's a career in this, there's a path.
Wow.
There's a way you do it. So
couldn't lend me some of them, could you?
Thing is, now I'm a comedian, I couldn't look them again. I'd read one page and think, 2 1 years. You had a leg up. But like, so I sort of knew it. I knew there was a way. I knew that's what I wanted to do. And then 10 years passed. Tried to go to uni. Parents wanted me to get an education. Felt like I had to because
of the money they
spent on
the
me.
guilt on that. Yeah.
So I had to go to uni. And then I realised when I was in uni, no one's making me do any work here, so I'm just not going to do it. So that didn't go well. And then so then when I come home, co-workers in Leeds, come home from Leeds, like, well, if I'm going to do it any time, it's going to be now, isn't it? So I did a couple of open mics, did the first one, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this.
How did that first one go? Was it like you'd studied?
First one was amazing.
Was it?
Yeah, because I got dead lucky. So I went to a gong show. It's called Rawhide Raw.
Right.
And like, so this must have been 2010. So when Facebook was really just sort of just kicking off, starting, and what happened was like, and I'd never heard of this at the time until that night. An internet social group or a Facebook social group. This is where people came and made friends online. The way people like go and find partners online now and stuff.
Yeah.
It was at a time when people were like, I need mates. I'm a bit alone.
Yeah.
So they'd have these groups, and there was like 16, 18 of them. And then every week or every month, once a month or whatever, I'm not sure how often it was, one of them would organise something and go somewhere. This just so happened that night they went to the Rawhide Raw. I was on my first ever gig, a couple of acts on that I'd done it a few times. They talking about, I think their material was I think they were young, like, and there's a lot of them talking about bullying and stuff like that, and wasn't funny to laugh at these kids, wasn't funny to laugh at them kids, and I used to be a bit of a bully, me, and all that, laugh. And then I come on shaking, visibly shaking sort of thing. Yeah. Really generic sort of, I can't remember what it was now, but like rubbish material. And they just took a shine to me sort of thing, and were like, oh, we all feel sorry for him, he looks like one of us. And then they cheered me on to win at the end. They had no right winning.
Wow.
I had no right winning, but I won it because of them. And then so that was it. Then I was like, I'm great at this. It's going to be so great.
So it was a second gig, like a come down. Then
second gig went well. I think it was the third or fourth. Just
my
bombed.
third ever gig was in Hot Water.
Yeah,
went back when it was above the Crown pub.
Right. Yeah.
And literally, I was doing a bit on funerals. Yeah. It's evolved since then, but I was doing a bit on that, and there was a group in front of me. They all went dead quiet. Right, and halfway through that, I stopped and went, "Is everything all right, lads? I'm only doing like 6 minutes or something." And they all just looked at me, so I carried on. Yeah. And then one of them stood up, burst out crying, and started to run out. Another one stood up, burst out crying, and ran out after him. Right, and I left the stage. Paul Smith. Allan Finnegan, everybody. Tumbleweed. Like tumbleweed. And I was just like, I am never doing that again. That was terrible. Terrible. But apparently their auntie had died. Right. And the mates had brought them out the night before the funeral to cheer them up.
That's just bad luck. We just had the opposite luck in it.
Oh,
I think my third one, I went and done a gong show at Manchester and just got gonged off. Like, it was terrible.
Right.
But like the first two went great, and that was it then.
Yeah.
I was
hooked.
I knew from the first one, I'd spent that much time researching it and stuff. I knew that's what I wanted to do. It was like, right, I'm going to get good at this.
Yeah. Fantastic.
So we are doing for everyone who wants to do the comedy course, and 5 of you have said yes on the 12th of January next year. This is our tutor.
Yeah. Hello.
This is our tutor, Rob Thomas, not the other Rob Thomas that some people know from church, because there's 2 of you.
You've got to be fuming when you found out there was another comedian called Rob Thomas.
So, obviously, again, I've told you about this, but I'll tell it again. So I found out, didn't I? There's another Rob Thomas. People start telling me, I'm like, right, okay.
All right. What's going on here?
Don't know anything about him. Yeah. So, all right, sounds right. So find him on Facebook. And then I sort of I message him. I thought, I'm going to have to lean the arm on him a little bit here. I find out he's been going less than me, and I thought, right, well,
I was first.
I'll intimidate him a little bit. I'll put the arm in a little bit. He'll back off. So I start messaging him, and he's like, oh, yeah, I've heard about you sort of thing, and yeah, I don't really want to lose my name, and it just feels like really important to me. I'm like, yeah, well, I've been first. It's important to me as well. Get it gone. And then he starts going, but to be honest, I only really do church gigs. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, well, I'm a Christian, and I just really do gigs in churches and stuff like that. So, I'm not really doing the clubs you're doing. I'm like, yeah, I'm a man of God, and I'm trying to bully him. Like, what my grandma said, start feeling terrible about myself. It's like, right, well, as long as you're doing church gigs and you're staying down south, then all right, you can carry on using it.
He's moved up here now, hasn't he?
And then I'm sitting there. But then after that, I learned he had a season ticket at Liverpool as well.
Yeah.
I'm picking on a fellow Liverpool season ticket holder.
He's probably got his phone out recording stuff, though.
Possibly. But so I'm like thinking, how bad am I?
I know him quite
I'm thinking
well.
I'm just going to elbow into him, listen, get your name changed.
I know. I think I said this to you last time when we discussed it. When a lot of people in the Bible found God, found religion, they changed their name. So you should have leaned on them that way. You should have said, hey, you're the Christian, aren't you? Doesn't God change your names when you go to him? You should have literally leaned on him.
But since he's moved up north, I think he's stopped now, so...
He does bits. He does bits. He doesn't do much. It's mainly church stuff still.
Church stuff now. It's pretty much church stuff, because I did have to pull him again. But I did it in a much more tactful and
He works for a charity called
Yeah.
Christians Against Poverty, which
Yeah.
like will
Sick,
get people.
I'm having a go at him like that. Like,
They get people out of chronic debt and stuff like that. He's actually a really
probably
nice
helping my
guy.
neighbour and I'm just having a go
He's
at
a
him.
great guy, but
Yeah, well,
yeah, it's funny.
last time I spoke to, because I did have to speak to him again. But I really had to speak to him again because he come up north. He'd emailed loads of promoters up north,
saying I'm up
and
here
all of
now.
them were like,
booking him because they thought it was you.
well, a couple, yeah, it happened 3 times. It happened 3 times. Like, he got booked to close a night, and then he turned up and I went, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. And then a couple of promoters were like, listen, like, which Rob Thomas is emailing us here? I'm
With
like,
a real
"Me."
Rob
Yeah,
Thomas,
it's me.
please stand up.
Please
So
stand up, yeah.
so I messaged him, was like, listen, this is happening now. I sent him the emails, sort of thing, what people have sent me. And he was like, oh, don't worry, I'm only really doing nothing
Yeah.
anymore, just church. Like, you know,
He does only
now.
do that.
So I was like,
type of stuff.
fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
You shouldn't give up that Christian gig opportunity they make.
No.
Probably
Guys,
pay
some
you
of them
in,
pay more, you know.
pay you in malt loaf.
Yeah, I'm sure they do, but this is hard enough just being on here for an hour now, trying to be wholesome. I don't know how his stuff would go down then.
You don't
So,
have to
yeah.
be that wholesome.
Yeah,
Alan does it. I'll tell you some of the stuff he says.
So the 12th of January.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have done,
He's done, yeah.
tutoring before. I do for the Comedy Trust,
Yeah.
which is a charity in Liverpool, all based on like laughter and helping people through
Yeah.
that way, through comedy. So I'm not just an amateur, but I'm quite good at like leading the courses. So agreed. Me deed with Alan, try and get me in with the big man just in case.
I love that. When I chatted to you about
Yeah.
coming on the podcast, you were like, I better just cover my bases in
Yeah,
case.
just in case, you know what I mean? At least when I go up there, I've got an argument to make, you know, like...
You'll be like, I know Alan, he's in there. Let me in.
Have a word. Alan Sloan.
Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah, so like, yeah. Just so doing good deeds, trying not
Yeah,
to change.
Yeah.
12th
That's
of Jan.
fantastic. No, it'd be great, and it is. There's this element of mental health, supporting people's
You've
mental
done the
health.
course,
Yeah,
I've
you've
done
done
it.
the one with Sam,
It's
yeah.
great. It's a fantastic course. I know Laura, who's been one of our previous guests. They saw you support Alfie Brown, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And they were raving about you,
Yeah.
saying you're brill. So she's
Yeah, yeah.
excited
Yeah,
that you'll
that's
be
great.
doing the
Yeah,
course.
I supported Alfie. I did that as a favour to a southerner. I thought, if I go on first,
Yeah.
they might soften the blow for
That's
him. Sort
it.
of thing.
Yeah, that's it.
That's literally what happened.
Took one for the team.
Yeah, well, he obviously sold the tickets of his own name,
Yeah,
and that, but
yeah,
I thought I said to him, "Listen, mate, I'm gonna have to go on here and just sort it out for you."
Yeah,
So
just
I-
let them know.
So the last 5 minutes of my set was, listen, I had reservations about Alfie as well when I first met him. You know, for the obvious reasons. The way he talks, the way he looks, the fact he wears white socks. But give him a chance, he'll be all right.
And isn't
White
it, I mean,
socks,
he's trying to be he supports Liverpool as well, doesn't he? I don't know.
Yeah, he's
Get
a big
this. What's
Liverpoolian,
going on?
yeah.
He's not even from
Well, his
here.
mum is from here.
Oh, yeah.
His mum's from
here.
Birkenhead, but yeah.
Yeah, that's not here, is it?
So that's 12th of Jan. If you want to sign up, we've got 5. We really need them.
But 6 is the lovely,
Six is a
lovely
good,
number.
yeah, and
But
then
anything
maybe-
between 6 and 12 is
Yeah.
perfect. And
That'll be
like I
fab.
say, it be a laugh. I don't know. Are you charging people or not?
No, what we've said, it was your suggestion,
Yeah.
this, that we would, the course can be free of charge, but we want you to get sponsors because all the profits are going towards our community shop, which
Yeah.
helps
Yeah.
feed the people around the Bootle and Netherton area and all that type of stuff. So we're going to give what the course makes. So that's
Back
what
into the shop.
we're asking,
And that'll be
we're asking
dead
you to get
easy.
sponsors because,
Well, yeah,
and then
well,
That'll be dead easy.
and then the last night will probably be a ticket to
The last
the
night,
event.
yeah. So the audience be ticketed, and then
Because the last night's when you perform your show.
yeah, and then you're making like, and when you perform your show as well, if you worried about performing live, but you're thinking I'm interested in the comedy side of it, come along, do the course, and then you'll see how you feel on the live show.
Yeah.
The live show's always really supportive. It's
It
always
is,
people's friends and
'cause it's
family.
all your mates
It
come
all
to
goes
watch
dead
it.
well. It's
Do
all
you know what? For me, when I tried to, because the course, the bit before the gig hadn't gone well. It's like
Yeah.
it was for me, and so I hadn't told my wife's family about the gig because
Yeah.
I was thinking
You don't
this
want
is
them
going to
to
go
come.
badly.
yeah.
But then word got out,
You
and I
changed
tell you
your
what,
material in the last week.
I
though,
just
didn't you?
panicked. I panicked,
Yeah,
and
I've
then
seen that before.
they basically as soon as her family heard that I was doing comedy,
Yeah.
they come out in force just
Yeah.
because
They thought
got
it was
a
a
whiff.
roast of Tim Brown.
They got the whiff that I was going to be terrible, and then they were really
Yeah.
disappointed when I turned out to be okay.
Oh, that's. I've got mates. I'm 12 years in, professional comedian. I've got mates now still come open. I'm going to be terrible.
Yeah.
I did a gig at Bootle in a brewery in Bootle, and I think 80 tickets were sold, and they were made up with how it sold. I went, "Yeah, I've sold 60 of them. That's why." And like 60 of them, I mean, it was fella called Colin Havey. Allan know him.
You were telling
He was comparing, and he was there going, "So who's here to see Rob?" And people were cheering. And he's like, "Oh, he's well supported here," and like he's playing it as if they're fans of mine.
Yeah.
And I went on stage and went, "Col hasn't got a clue here, has he? Yeah, you might even see me. Who's here open? I'm crap. Who's here open a die, and everyone just woo, like biggest whoosh you ever heard. Exactly, you're all horrible. But like it is nice. It's dead supportive audience. It's like saying, you got any interesting comedy. It's just great learning the tricks of the trade. Like, I'm not telling you any of them now, but like as we go through the course, how you your material, learn little things that you learn along the way that help jokes land better, help you write jokes, help you form jokes, even just the way to you change the order of things makes a massive difference, stuff like that. So it will be good. We'll have fun.
Yeah, come and give it a go.
Being a bit of, it's a good thing as well. I've just done a veterans one. We did a veterans one, and they loved it because they said it was they were made up to go back to having that sense of sort of community, sort of like togetherness towards something, towards a goal. Like they hadn't had since they were in the army, sort of thing. So it's nice just even having that, just with like, even if you don't see the people again, 7 or 8 years all working towards one thing. It's nice when you all do it, just that sense of like camaraderie.
And it's going to be great.
It could be just a bucket list for you.
A lot of people
just fancy it, doesn't it? The people think they can tell a few jokes. That's the family, give it a go, and like you say, the audience at the end is going to be great. They're going to be so on your side. It's
and I'll be honest,
it's a home run.
Once you've done it, you do take away thinking, I can talk. Like, a lot of people do it because they're quiet and they're nervous and they don't like talking to people. And they do that and they go, well, I've done the worst thing I can possibly do now, talking wise. So why wouldn't I just talk to, like,
just give it a go,
my boss or my colleagues, or why wouldn't you be a little bit more open? Because I've broken that barrier now. It's that good, like.
Fantastic. Good stuff.
One of the things I've been made up doing. I feel like the sense of achievement, sort of like giving something back. Fulfillment. That's it.
Great. Looking forward to that in the new year. Fantastic. It's come to the time, Rob, where we're going to do a little game, mate.
Okay.
So we
haven't really explained this to
We haven't told him about this, but anyway, basically the way it's Finnegan's Fortunes. You might have heard of Family Fortunes.
I've heard of Family Fortunes.
Same sort of idea.
Exactly
they robbed it off us. The idea.
Have you seen the one in America with Steve Harvey? Are you going to be like that?
Oh, I've seen it.
I haven't seen that.
We're not going to see
it. No.
Steve Harvey's so funny.
It's not going to be funny.
No, this won't be funny.
But basically, what you get a chance to win, mate, if you look behind you,
that'll be church merch,
everything
mate.
around you
church
is what we
merch.
call church merch, which is basically stuff that has been in a lost property at church. And if it's there for a while,
it sort
we
of
keep
starts
it.
with that clock area.
That's Ray's horn there that you put your hands on.
Ray's horn. That's a massive thing in here.
Yeah,
some people are trying to win that.
Winnie the Pooh clock, PS3 there, guitar. Don't know if you're musical, but you've got options.
Guitar with
Guinness hat.
Yeah, big teddy bear. So all those things are up for grabs.
Stop goal boards.
There you go. But the question tonight, anyway, the question is going to be, let's have a look. We thought, what did we...
100 people.
Oh, yeah, we asked 100 people.
A famous king, because we've got the King of Bootle in.
Here we go.
So we thought... Yeah, and you've got the 6 answers, not 5, 6, right? And you've got 3 lives, 3 lives.
So we get
all 6.
Yeah. It's a high bar. It is a high bar.
We don't like giving our merch away for nothing, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
So
famous kings.
Famous kings.
Kings.
Right.
Yeah.
But we asked 100 people
around
here.
Not any trick questions. Like
it is a little bit outside the box.
It's all over the place.
And also, we're asking
we're not
people
just like Louis the First, Louis the Second.
We're not like. I know you went to private school. You're like banging out all these.
Henry the First, Henry the Second, Henry the Third.
So it's not like that. You can think outside the box, and also we're asking everyone at home to help you out.
They'll help you out.
So if you're struggling,
we can go to the comments for you.
But we didn't tell you about this, so here we go. So do you want to have? Does anything, if you think kings, does anything come to the top of mind?
Yeah, well, we'll go for it.
Okay, let's go.
Go on then.
So,
go on then.
There will be some real kings in there though as well, or not?
Yeah,
there might be.
See. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
There might be at least one.
Right, I'll test the water then. Go
on then. Test the water.
Well, go Henry VIII for the first one.
Henry VIII.
Henry VIII.
Divorced, beheaded, died. Religion-wise, he should be in there because this is what we're talking about.
He shouldn't he?
He should
We've
be
been
in
talking about the idea of different kinds of Christianity.
He was imagine Henry VIII.
He kicked one off.
Started Protestantism.
He's the one who caused all this bother.
Wanted to divorce his wife and the Pope wouldn't let him. Basically.
That's what happened there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said Henry VIII. King Henry VIII. The fourth answer,
Fourth
mate.
answer.
Right. Fourth answer.
That's
Fourth answer.
Yeah,
so
they're not.
there's three
There's just
above
six.
it.
There's three more
Yeah, but that's what I
popular.
mean. I'm surprised there's 3 more popular.
Yeah.
So we got King Kenny.
Do you going for that? We go for, we can
Yeah.
ask people at home, or we can.
Well, I'm just stressed that Alan, 100, Alan, knowing 100 people,
yeah.
so some of them have got to say,
We're making it up.
yeah, right.
Didn't ask anyone.
King Kenny, then just getting the mind of Alan, then, isn't it?
No, it's actually Tory Tom who writes these.
Oh, take that
And he's an
back.
Arsenal fan. So,
All right, so you're going King Kenny.
Yeah,
Let's have a look. He said King Kenny. Oh, sorry, mate. It's not up there.
that is shocking now.
That is shocking.
I'm
You've got-
shocked now. Because I didn't think of that one when we were talking about it today.
Yeah, you should have got that one at least, eh?
Should have had that
I
one.
can't believe we didn't have that one in Alan. I thought that was
Yeah.
I can't believe the book about him behind it and everything.
Shall I give you a couple of the answers at home? Let's see what people said.
feel
Okay,
you-
Henry VIII was up there straight
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
But let's see, Elvis. Elvis, they're saying. Let's
Yeah.
see what else. King Kong. That's a good one, isn't it? A few people have gone. Martin Luther.
That was my next guess, Martin Luther.
Is it Martin
Yeah.
Luther King? All right, let's have a look. Martin Luther King. You saying Martin Luther
Martin
King?
Luther King. Our survey says.
Sixth answer.
Yeah.
Sixth answer.
So you're flying
Eight
now.
people
You're
said
away.
that.
Tom
Eight
showing his
people.
Toryism there.
That's
Yeah, 8 people said that.
Racist to only be sixth answer, if you ask me.
it. So you've got 2 more lives left.
these
You've
are
got to
doing my
get
ears
4
in
more.
tonight, these, mate.
Right.
I don't know
You're
what's
having
going
a
on.
nightmare. Take them out, mate.
Right, so I've got 2 lives left.
2 lives left.
I was going to go off cuff with this one.
Go on.
Drinking.
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 Oh,
Ooh,
it's good, that, isn't it? It is good, that.
that's a good one.
You have to remember that me and Alan came up with these.
I know, well,
sadly.
see, now you've told me that. I don't want to guess that now.
I might not go for that one because we're
I'm
not that
going,
clever.
yeah, I'm not going to go for it.
You're not, have you
No.
got,
I was
just-
he was just
that's where I was
putting it
gonna
out
go,
there, weren't you?
yeah.
You
I
weren't- you
was
weren't committing
finger
to
on the
that.
button.
No, that's where I was
I was
going to go.
finger on the button.
Because that's what immediately when you said, "Oh, it's a bit all over the place."
Yeah.
And you said
Oh, it
you.
could
When
be
you told me
cryptic.
you've done it, and when you told me Tom done it, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
gone King Kenny when Tom done it. I thought if Alan done it, definitely would have been King Kenny.
Yeah.
So let's go with the comments again. Let's go on it in Elvis.
Elvis.
Yeah.
Okay, you're saying Elvis. Let's have a look. Elvis, is it up there? Yep. Number 2. Number 2. The King.
Number 2?
The number
King,
2.
Number
Yeah.
2, yeah.
Not even.
I was surprised at that it
Yeah.
wasn't number 1, but
Yeah.
Right.
Well, people have spoken. Can't
Yeah.
argue with it, can we?
can't argue with what the people say.
So
Rob.
I'm on 3 now.
You're on
You've
3.
got 3 and you've
2
lost 1
lives
life.
left.
You're doing well.
Yeah.
You're doing well.
Feel like you're fishing a little bit with your answers, though, like throwing them out there, then reeling them back in.
I'm trying to read you, Tom.
He's doing it.
What were the comments?
All right, here we go. Let's see what people are saying.
Trying to read Tom's eyes when he reads the answer.
Yeah.
Nat King Cole, yeah.
That's there. King Kong again.
Yeah.
King Kenny, Kathleen was saying.
No, we've had that.
Burger King, Laura's saying. Burger King.
Stephen
King, Barbara's saying. Emma's the only person so far who's mentioned King Charles. And Wordies, here we go. Yeah, so that's where we're up to.
See, now I'm playing Tom. I'm not playing the answers at the 100
I
people, am
know,
I?
you're going deep with this again.
Because immediately I was going Midas in my head.
Okay.
I don't know whether I'm going to go with that, though.
You're going to go what?
Midas. King.
King Midas.
Ah, yeah.
No,
Midas
you have
said
Oh,
to
I'm
do
not. I'm a wall mate. I can't.
Yeah,
I
you
can't be
haven't done
helping
that.
you here. This is some good prizes up.
No,
for
no, I'm
grabs.
reading you, Tom. I know you haven't picked that. You just give away that you haven't picked that. Everything he touched turns to gold.
Don't play poker with him.
He's
So.
freaking me out.
You're gonna
He's,
lose.
like, he's looking into my soul.
Right.
What are you going for?
We're gonna have to push you.
Yeah.
All right, I'm second guessing Tom. No, King Kong. Go on, give me Burger King.
Burger King.
You got excited when you said that before. So,
He did, didn't he?
yeah.
I'm just not even going to talk anymore.
You did
Let's
get
have a look.
excited when you
Burger
said
King.
that. Burger King.
Top
Number
answer.
1.
Top
Yeah.
answer.
You could tell the
could
way he
tell.
said it.
Yeah.
Burger King.
He's the only guest who's been here who's like playing me rather than
Yeah.
the game.
He's got
And I
you.
feel he's got me. He's
has
got
got
me
you.
like
There's 2
backed
left.
into a corner.
There's 2 left and
There's
2
two
lives.
left.
Yeah.
And I can tell you this:
Go on.
you're not going to get him.
I'm not going to get them.
Oh, I feel like he's played me even again then because now he knows
you
they've probably
just threw a challenge
they've
down
not,
to a
they've not been
scouser.
mentioned. They've not been
If he
mentioned.
doesn't
have
get
they?
anything, now
All
he's
right,
getting
everyone
these
at
two.
home,
Yeah.
these haven't been mentioned. These
Right,
last
they've not
two.
been mentioned.
They've not
Wow.
been mentioned yet.
He's giving you too many
I
clues.
think we got to think outside the box. These aren't people in the history books.
Someone's put your dad,
Lion King.
King Jesus.
King Jesus.
Lion King.
How are you doing this? Are you sure you want to stick with Lion King?
Yeah.
You are. Okay. All right. We'll see. Let's see.
Our
Lion King.
survey
Our
said-
survey says Lion King.
Fifth answer.
Right.
Yeah.
He's
One
doing
left.
this is witchcraft. This is some Harry Potter stuff for this.
Well, you start on the Harry Potter again.
We're not getting back into
No
that again.
Kings and Harry
Caused the
Potter,
kickoff
yeah.
last week. So last one. It's number 3. You're getting nothing from me.
Right.
I am.
And we're not even giving them any of them.
No, I will. I'll give him the wrong ones.
Yeah, but he'll know then.
No.
He'll know not to say.
Right. No, should it be in Tom?
Here we go.
It can't be anything too
Lion
rude.
King Herod,
Can't be anything too
King
rude.
Jesus.
I was going to go King
be
Herod,
Jesus,
but I
could be
don't think you'd
Jesus.
go King Herod because he was a baby killer,
Could be
wasn't he?
King
So
Herod. Yeah.
Tom used to
Here we
run
go.
G's over
I don't
them,
think you'd go with that.
Nebuchadnezzar. What do you think about that one?
What do you think about that? Are you trying to double bluff me now, Tom?
Very good.
I like the way the competitive edge is kicked in.
It is, isn't it? It's like
I'm a massive cheese as well, you know. I cheat at everything. I'm trying to find a way to cheat at this.
Dan Bellamy, Old King Cole.
Oh,
Oh, no.
It's not been said yet, guys, or has it?
No.
And then next one, Jackie saying the King's Arms pub.
oh.
It's a good answer,
No,
that, Jackie. Could
no.
very well be that. Ray saying Tutankhamun. I think he's actually spelled that right as well. Fair play to you, Ray.
Wasn't he king of the pharaohs?
I think he was king of the
Something
Egyptians.
like that.
Good answer, that. Could very well be.
No, it's not. What's
You've got 2 goals.
what's
at this.
the
Yeah, he's still got 2 lives.
is there a
He could be here
famous
while.
is there a famous dog breed with king in it?
Don't know.
King Charles, isn't it? I
Charles.
think there is a King Charles.
King Charles.
I don't know,
Spaniel.
like for definite.
King
because
Charles
I've not
I
really...
feel like
I think.
you'd like dogs as well.
He looks like a dog, like it, doesn't he?
King Edward Potato.
A Labrador.
Do you know what? I'm laughing at everyone because no one's got it so far.
Well, you
and
shut
no
up.
one's going to get it.
Yeah.
It's funny.
No one's going to get
It's
it.
funny.
It's funny, right? Cheers.
Yeah,
now,
because no
now you
one.
give me down a line. Now you give me a line to go down. Not Don King.
Why? You don't look at me.
You've got to give us an answer.
Go on,
We're
we
gonna
need
have to
2
push
answers.
you.
That's
I'll
going
have
to be a
Don-
tie.
I'll
I'll
one
Don
at least.
King.
You go
Don
Don
King.
King. Who's Don King?
Boxing promoter.
Is he? I've
Yeah.
got him panicking now. Who's Don
Muhammad Ali and all that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're on your last life.
You're on
now.
your last
so
life.
It's one each. This is a
Here we
sudden
go.
death shootout.
King
One each.
Edward
I've already got
Potato.
5.
King Cobra.
You've done well getting
King
5
Childs.
out of this because
Ben
this is.
King.
I reckon this is the hardest
King
one we've had.
Fisher.
Is it
Chris
Benny-
has just
Benny
said there's
King,
an
innit?
awful one I could say, but I don't know what she means by that. I'm trying to even think into that. Think into your mind then. Last answer. What's it going to be? He's desperate
He's
to win
desperate
this.
to win.
He's
He
desperate.
doesn't even want anything that day. He just wants the
Oh,
title
no.
of winning
He's
it.
got his eyes on that PS3.
It's just that Tom said it's going
You
to be
won't
dead
win it.
hard. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
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 Oh, it's going to be. You can give me a little clue, Tom. Surely.
No, we don't give him a clue.
Come on.
I can't. Jonathan King. That's what Dan said.
Jonathan King. He goes to our church.
Someone
Could be.
said Stephen King, haven't they? Yeah, that's not.
Yeah,
it.
they have.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna have to put a
We're
timer
going to
on
have to
this.
push
too.
you. We're going to have to push you.
We're gonna have to put a
Mikey
timer
said
on
he's
it.
desperate for Ray's horn.
He is desperate.
Possible.
I
For
want to
this
win,
now.
Mikey. If I win it, you can have it. I just,
Just wants to win.
Mikey, give me a suggestion.
Go on,
Mikey.
Mikey. Get,
Well, come on, Mikey.
Mikey's last suggestion.
You're his one. You're the one he can
you
can
can
ask.
go to.
He can ask
Go on.
you.
Channel it.
Come
I'll
on.
think of
Come
the
on.
name. You channel it.
And if you get this, I'll be freaked out then.
Yeah.
Right.
Proper freaked out if you get
Right.
this now.
And your final, what you know you're not getting it. Oh,
What's Mike said?
what's
He
Mike?
hasn't come back.
Here we go.
Oh, wait. No.
King Prawn.
King Pro.
That's what Mikey said. He's
It
giving
is
you
what
King
he said.
Prawn.
I'm going to go with that.
Okay, King Prawn.
King Pro's a
Let's see.
great answer.
For the win. That
For
is a
the win.
great answer. Let's see. For the win.
Something with that.
Wait, hang on a second. There's someone else
What is
coming.
it?
I know King Prawn it is. Let's see. I wanted you to win as much as anyone, Rob.
What was it?
Well, what
We'll
do
never
people think
know.
it was?
We'll never know.
know. You can't
It
do that
actually
to
was
people.
King Prawn. I'm just not giving it to All right, let's have a look. Let's see if anyone. He's lost. It's
lost,
sad.
yeah.
Billie Jean King,
Ooh.
Chess King. None of you have got it.
No one's
Sad
got it.
times,
No one's
Rob.
had it.
All right, shall I tell you? I'll put you out
Yeah.
your misery. Here we go. And it was
Oh, third answer.
our third answer.
Something me, isn't it?
Survey says
No.
Nah.
We nearly thought of that.
Kings
Kings
of
of
Leon.
Leon.
It's good that.
That actually shouldn't be allowed
Why?
because it's plural.
We don't. People just come up.
You
We
said
ask
king.
people in the street, and
You
that's what they
said king.
say.
That's plural. That's kings.
We don't
He's
care.
fuming.
That is plural, isn't it?
Judge's
Get me a
final
kettle
decision.
and I'll throw it over this pub. That'll be the real quiz.
I tell
It's
you,
plural.
It is
kicking
plural,
off.
yeah.
Alan doesn't know what plural means.
No.
It's got an S at the end of it.
So yeah, he's let you down, Mike. He's apologising. Do you know what?
Mikey.
Emma's kicking off. She's saying that's plural as well.
Yeah.
People are kicking off.
Well,
People are. Wait.
no, there is only one Kings of Leon, though.
It's a King of
There's
Leon.
not.
The King of Leon.
There is
That's-
only one
The main guy.
group, Kings of Leon, isn't
Only
it?
one
There's only
band
One
called the Kings of
band
Leon.
called the Kings of Leon. So technically not
they're not-
plural.
Technically,
You asked me
you're
for a
right.
king. You didn't
Yeah.
ask me for kings. You didn't say name 6 kings.
There's going to be a kick-off here.
I feel like that's the
Finnegan's
end
back.
of the night now.
Yeah.
Rob's just done.
Rob
He's
is
gonna
done.
leave.
That's warming up that. The fact that
He's going to throw
the last one's a
mic.
plural. How well it's done to get the others.
You did do very well.
I can just see he's going to do what he did in the Maldives, just set the place on fire and just
Get
leave
off.
it.
That band will go up lovely.
It's made out of pallets, to be fair. We know you're already thinking it.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Well done, Rob. That was good. Just not good enough, but it was good.
You should get him on your pods and
Not
then
very
get your own
16
back.
of them, was it? You know what I mean?
Get your own back on him.
That's right. You
Yeah.
get to take home some malt life, though. Everyone gets that.
You can have a
Very good.
nugget.
All right.
And have a
very
nugget to just take him
We'll
part.
have that. We'll have that. Very
Yeah.
good. Right. We're going to do a
Really
story.
wanted to win that for Mikey as well.
Mikey is fuming. He's saying, take
Mikey's tried to
take
win
Tom
that.
off the wall for insolence. Right, just, you know what? Every so often they do turn against me, the people who are watching.
Yeah,
like,
because
it's just
I can't even swear, but you BS like that. That's right.
Pete said I predicted riot. Oh, hang on, that's
that's a
Kaiser
different
Chiefs.
band, yeah.
Didn't mention Chiefs.
No
No.
more fires. Yeah, okay, all right. The teachers are getting involved with apostrophes.
There's no apostrophes in Kings of Leon.
No.
No,
It's plural.
yeah, but it's one band.
Right, okay.
Two brothers.
Just a quick, shall I do some tips? Yeah, let's do some tips.
Tips.
Rob, you might not.
It's Tom.
You might have seen this online. You might not have picked it up, but I dispense wisdom.
Oh,
It just flows, and
Yeah.
sometimes it gets misattributed. So
Other people.
who is
Like
it?
Gandhi.
Gandhi's had some of mine. Also, Martin Luther King.
Luther King.
He has had a couple of mine
he's
as
the
well.
sixth best king.
Plagiarism.
Yeah, that's it, the sixth
Yeah.
best.
Sixth
Yeah.
best king, yeah.
But I thought, do you have kids? I was going to do some
Got one.
parenting advice. How
Got
old?
one little 2-year-old.
2-year-old. So that's early stages. So some of
Yeah.
this will come in helpful.
Yeah.
And you still now, even though your kids are grown, you found some of what I've shared to be helpful, haven't you?
Very helpful, yeah. Yeah, really. Yeah. I couldn't live without it. Your advice.
So what we've gone for this week, top tips,
Teach your kids how to tackle.
is this.
To take a knock.
I know we've had a laugh, but this is quite serious, Rob.
Sorry, come on.
So I'm going with this week. The best inheritance a parent can give their children is a few minutes of their time every day. Rob?
I wish I was only giving him a few minutes of my time. I wouldn't be absolutely knackered. A few minutes of my time of a day, a few hours of my time of a night.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and as they get older, more of my time, more of my car, more of my money. Yeah, yeah, dear me.
It's good that though, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it was brilliant, that.
Yeah.
You live by that.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I know you do. I've seen you.
It's the only thing you can't buy in it, Tom.
What's that?
Time.
Time.
Yeah.
That was, I think that was that one of
I've
mine?
seen a film.
I think that was one of mine.
Was it?
Mark,
Sorry,
the only thing you can't
But
buy
it's time.
is time.
I think so.
Did you come up with
I've
that
seen
one
it
as well?
somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was Tom Stop 6.
We're nearly at the end.
We're
of it.
nearly at the end.
Yeah. 'cause
And so,
been boss.
what happened? It has been a great night. But what happens at the end of the evening, Rob, is basically, here we go. Pete saying Tom's unhelpful Tory tips. Thanks, mate.
Food banks are a privilege, actually.
Tom's Tory tips.
Tom's
Don't.
I think my dad's saying something about my advice, but I can't tell what he's saying. He's not happy. Yeah,
his
Mikey
time back.
said the same. Mikey, yeah, he wants his time back. He does. He's fuming. I wish my kids only wanted a few minutes. Yeah, that's where we got to. So the way the night finishes, Rob, is this. We basically
We're a VIP members.
We're a VIP members
bar.
bar.
Right, yeah.
It's a very
'Cause
eclectic
Tories
membership.
are involved, you know.
I was promised my name was going to be on there after last time, but
Yeah.
Well, you was, wasn't you? Yeah, I know.
So basically, you tell a funny story, and if it's a good one,
Get him on the wall.
get him on the
lad.
wall, lad.
Yeah.
There we go. We stick your name up on the wall. That
Yeah.
means you're a member here. I know
Yeah.
we're local to you, so you can
Yeah.
come here regular basis.
Yeah.
you've got no ale, so
Plenty of gin. You like gin. Got loads of that.
Very good.
Got a couple of barrels ordered.
Yeah, rosé on the way, and then, but sadly, if it doesn't go well, and our crowd can turn, they don't
Right.
have
I
anyone.
don't think they're going to say anything.
There was a fella.
He's one of
no,
their
well,
own. He's one of our own.
do you know what?
He's one of our own, unlike
know-
Tory Tom. He's one of our own.
But I do think there's sometimes that person in the pub who's always like correcting your spelling and all that. I'm trying to work out if Rob's one of them. You know?
letting you whether it was plural or not.
Yeah, he's like, hang on,
Just
that's
trying
not
to say, if you were in Scrabble, you'd be a scab. People wouldn't play. We put an S on the end of someone else's words.
so it could turn. So if it does turn,
I was
then
playing
that's,
Family
You're
Fortunes
bad,
once.
lad.
go on. What is?
I was playing the Family Fortunes once.
And
Right,
so,
come on.
and then so you get barred and you can't come in. So anyway, Rob, we'll pass over to you, mate. And here we go. Let's hear your funny story.
Okay. Well, you obviously know this, but I found out the other day that I'm the fattest dad in nursery.
In the nursery.
Yeah. I found out the nursery I'm the fattest dad in nursery. There wasn't like a competition that I entered.
Like in Butland's back in the day, Napoli knees.
I didn't know I was in a competition, to be honest. No. What happened was they called me up. They called me up as it was, I think it was last Tuesday. No, last Wednesday it was. I'm driving back from Ormskirk. I'm on the little bypass thing, and I get a call that says so-and-so nursery. Just immediately I'm panicking. I think, either who's he bit?
Who's he bit, yeah.
Or what's he done to himself? Something so I'm thinking, I'm gonna have to bring him. I'll have to bring him home. All the admin involved. Who's gonna get to mind him? Or I'm gonna have to mind him myself. Cancel everything. So all that's going through my brain. I answer the phone. It's like, yeah. And they go, hello. Is that Rob? I'm like, yeah. And it's like, oh great, yeah. And I'm just like, so I'm just there, just waiting, and she's like waiting. I'm like, why are you waiting? I'm like,
You rang me.
What's up?
You
Yeah.
called me.
What's up?
What do you want from me?
Up? Yeah. She goes, sorry. Right, there's nothing wrong. Francis, don't like saying his name, but I will. He's great. He's great. Everything's fine. I was like, oh, all right, sounds, yeah. And it's like, the thing is, I was like, okay. It's a bit of a weird one. And you should there go, get to it, will you? What is it? And because I'm a comedian thinking, these are you going to ask for tickets for something? It's either going to ask for tickets.
You've seen him on hot water.
Yeah, basically.
They want a freebie.
Can you get us tickets for hot water? Or can you get us tickets for one of your more famous mates, basically?
So we can see Paul Smith.
I said, this is what it's going to be. And you're like, yeah, so we've all been talking about our Christmas party. And I'm like, oh, that's exactly what it is. And I go, yeah. And he went, sorry, I mean the nursery party, the nursery Christmas party. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, I think it'd be dead good if you'd be Father Christmas. I was like, are you messing? And he's like, no, I think it'd be really good if you'd be Father Christmas. I'm sitting there thinking, I can't say no. My lad's in the nursery. Can't say no. He's not getting no.
And I've got a beard.
No chance, no. And I was
On what
like,
basis are you choosing me for this role?
Well, I literally said, all right. And then she can see I'm a little bit like, sort of getting pushed into shows. So her way of trying to settle me was, I just think you're the most appropriate for it. I was like, immediately my head went, you mean fat, don't you?
Fat
You mean
shaming.
fat. I've had this my whole life. Playing footy. Got good feet for a big man. I haven't. I've got good feet for any man.
Yeah.
Don't bring me
Big
weight
man.
into it,
Yeah.
because I've got a good touch.
Yeah.
Like, I had my whole life. It's just like, there you go. The most appropriate.
So
nice
people
one for
always
that.
say to you, big fella like yourself and all that.
No,
I get that.
Here he is, big lad. I'm
Yeah,
6'2". It's not that tall. It's not that tall.
I'm only
Just say
5'8"
fat.
now.
Yeah. Just say fat.
Yeah.
The they're just there. Like, are you the most appropriate? Like, so I'm the fattest then, yeah.
Wow.
So the one who's going to most look
Wow.
like the fattest belly to fill into the suit.
Wow.
It's like, oh, great.
So, which day are you going into the nursery to be
14th
Father
of
Christmas?
December. Same day as your live show.
Hey, you could call
you
in
can
Keep
do
the
it.
suit and
You
go.
can
Yeah.
call in afterwards. Guaranteed on the wall if you come down Father Christmas.
Especially with the loads of selection boxes.
Very good, very good. All right, well, let us know at home. Are we getting Rob on the wall?
Yeah.
We barred.
Don't forget, we have a say as well.
We do have a say. What are you thinking?
Well, he's one of our own. He's on.
He's
was on
one
before.
He's one of our own.
He's
Isn't
one
he?
of our own.
Yeah, one of our own.
Is that not Rob there? Is that not still me?
Who's that? Have we got a Rob up there?
I can't. That's
Next to
Ray.
Andy underneath
That-
back.
oh
Ray.
no, we have got a Rob. Oh, Rob. No, we've had the other Rob Thomas on. No,
That might be him, actually, you know.
no, it was Rob Beamish.
No, that's him over here. Robin
Oh,
Lee.
is it? Yeah, it might be Rob.
I think it's me from the first time.
Oh, okay.
From the lost tapes.
All right,
the
well,
lost tapes.
yeah, that's it.
It's like Watergate, that, isn't it? Someone erased it.
Well, if you don't, we'll have to scribble that out. You know, like laser it off like a tattoo if it goes wrong.
Because we haven't had another Rob on, have we?
All right. Well, maybe we put him on. Let's see. Here
I
we
don't like
go.
right. It feels hidden behind Finnegan's, that one as well.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Let's see what people are saying.
Go on.
I'm not saying that. What did he say?
No, go on, say it.
Mikey was all like he was your friend, and then he's put, not sure if we should get him on the wall or get him on a diet. That's wow.
Mikey, I failed to win the all, and I'm sorry, mate. You're more bitter about it than I am.
He's fuming about that. Brilliant story. Get him on the wall. We always need Father Christmas at the church for get him on the wall. Very good. Get him on the wall, lad. On the wall
On
from
the
Laura.
wall.
On the wall. Get him on the wall. Everyone's loving you, Rob.
Rob
People
on
have-
the wall.
yeah.
Rob on the
I am
wall.
going to check when I get home.
On the
Mike, so
wall,
if anyone's
yeah.
listening,
That's it, yeah.
I will
Alan
see it.
should vote. He seems biased.
Alan should not vote.
Oh.
He seems biased.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, everyone's...
It's your dad.
I was
yeah.
going to say that's Tom's family, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is actually my
His dad.
Is your dad still down south?
Do you know what?
Just moved up.
He's moved to Kirby.
Yeah.
Kirby?
Yeah, yeah.
You couldn't have warned him, no.
That's what happens when Southerners don't know the area, isn't it?
He still calls it Kirkby.
Little village called Kirkby.
Yeah, it's Netterton, Kirkby. He comes out with all the names.
Houghton.
Very good. You're on the wall. You're on.
know,
Well,
it's-
you're already on the wall.
Thanks. Yeah.
I think you should go over it again at least.
I'll go on it.
So it looks like
Where
Look
is
all
he?
the stars around it.
There we go. We're
yeah.
circling like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's
There we
something
go.
else. That must be it.
I'm still. Has anyone got more than got 5 out of 6 on the?
On the
We've had one
Finnegan's
person
fortune.
win.
Yeah, we
I think it was
one.
last week,
even more.
actually.
Was it last week?
What was the guesses last week?
And they took, it was Dave. He
So I
took,
think we asked
the,
best was it biscuits or
he
something
took
like that?
he took the Everton beer. There was a can of Everton
Oh, he
beer.
did, didn't he?
Right.
It's rare that anyone wins, and
Yeah.
to be fair, you come
You
closer
come the
than most.
closest
Wow,
to
I'm
most.
up that,
You come closer than most.
I am. I'm bitter about that.
Yeah.
Lost ended.
It's ended on a real sour note.
Honestly.
We talked
dear.
all about connection and all that stuff at the end. It's like, nah. There's none of that.
I knew there's a reason I left.
Yeah, that's it.
Your malt loaf's not that nice, Baptist. Robin Baptist. Rob me, they did.
Very good. Very good. Oh, it's been a good night. It's
Yeah,
been such
fab.
a good night. Thanks everyone at home for joining us.
Yeah.
And
We've got next week special guest.
Mikey's going to come down. And we've got a
Guest host.
special guest.
Guest
So
host
Mikey's
next
going to
week,
co-host
yeah.
with me next week. We've got a special guest.
Yeah.
Who you'll be, you have to wait to find out who that's
You
going to
do,
be.
yeah,
We're really teased that one.
We'll tease that one all week. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Usually means we haven't got anyone.
yeah, it does. It does.
That means you've not booked anyone yet, Alan.
Usually means that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
But,
good. And we're going to nugget of the week. Do you know what? I'm going for Barbara. Because I want Barbara I think Barbara and crumpets. We've got to have crumpets at the night of the Beefeater.
I don't think you'll be allowed
We'll
in
sneak
with
him in.
crumpets
Sneak him in.
and a toaster.
Yeah, toaster. Rick, Barbara, you can come. You don't have to buy a +1, but you do have to bring the crumpets and the butter because we can't afford that.
No, defo butter. Not Marge. Not Marge.
Well done,
Butter.
Barbara. We'll get that ticket to you and look forward to seeing you. If you haven't got a ticket yet, you're amongst the majority for that Christmas gig. So get your tickets as quick as you can.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
we're looking
Help
forward
us
to
out.
that. Help us out. We're still
Help
trying to
us
pay the
out.
credit card bill on this thing.
Yeah.
It's nearly Christmas. Joyce
know.
wants a present.
She does. She does.
Do us a favour.
Yeah. So,
All right, very
anyway,
good. Is that
what's-
everything?
What time aren't we? We're going to ring
All right,
the
go
bell.
on,
yeah.
ring the bell. Thanks very much, Rob. You've been a star, mate. Really
Been a pleasure.
appreciated you being
Thanks,
on.
Rob.
And we will see you all next week for another episode, Wednesday night at Finnegan's. Take care.
Gonna get me a religion. I'm gonna join the Baptist church. I am gonna get me a religion. I'm gonna join the Baptist church. That's right. Gonna be a Baptist preacher so that I won't have to work. Well, I'm in the pulpit, jumping up and down, 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 down. Yeah, I'm in the pulpit, jumping up and down. Okay. Well,